Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
You foresee yourself being in, let's say, more thrilling fights as you get older?
Basically what you're saying is Floyd. Get beat up and get some black eyes, then get your hand raised.
No.
And then stoop to everybody else's level and be stupid.
When you get older, I'm saying, when you get older, do you think
there's nothing cool about taking punishment, getting beat up, getting bloody lips, and getting a check. The coolest thing I can do, I can dominate you, shut you out, and make crazy money, and go home and live with my family in a very, very comfortable and happy way. That's how I like to do it.
Lifting weights and being strong doesn't win fights. Having great timing and being a very, very smart and intelligent fighter wins fights. I mean, I've been in there before with guys that was a lot bigger and probably hit a lot harder and a lot stronger. But Floyd Mayweather always has the remedy.
Okay. Well, 37 opponents had a heart, and all of them came up short.
Speed kills, I guess, right? Watching you in person is a lot faster than on TV, man. How important is speed?
Well, it's not about speed. It's about smarts. It's about smarts, and it's about not getting hit that much.
Baldamir's a big guy. What are you going to do to offset the size difference?
It's not by size. Skills pays the bill at the end of the day. It's about being smart, and the smarter fighter is going to win. Most guys I don't beat them with speed and power. I beat them with smarts. I'll think about it. It's more up here than here.
Bring the truth or tell on your ass what you're doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you're gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. People you can get killed in this shit, man.
What's good, y'all? What's going on? What's good with the fam? How y'all feeling on this Good Friday? We back to build on this boxing. Give it its just due. It's Friday the 13th, man. Again, how y'all feeling though, man? We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it, man. Disappointment, man, with one of the biggest fights, I think, in all of boxing not coming to fruition this year. Seemingly looking like it's dead in the water, and you just don't know when, in all actuality, this fight gonna take place, man. And that's with Boots and Vergil. Disappointment because, you know, what else did we need from them besides being in the same division with nothing else lined up, both being available, both fighters seemingly wanting to fight, right? But as I always tell y'all, it'd be a lot deeper than boxing. And I think this Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis fight not happening is a very teachable moment. A little frustrating and annoying, definitely, but definitely, y'all, a teachable moment. And why I say that? Because you can clearly see, I think we had enough time. And I always tell y'all, time reveals all, especially in boxing, man. You just sit back. Sometimes you got to sit back and just watch it unfold. And I think what we was able to witness is that I think all genuine fans on either side or just supporting the fight can see that I think it's safe to say both of these guys really wanted to fight. Both of these guys really wanted to fight. But as it got, as it got more real, right? As the pressure began to mount, because you had to stand on what you've been saying. I mean, they gave us the face off. Right? Boots pointed to his watch, his wrist. He said the time is now. You know what I mean? Epic face-off, right? But even looking at that face-off, just look around. Look at the looks on the faces of the people during that face-off, man. And body language it speaks volumes, man. Those guys was looking like you get me? Like, yeah, and we could be doing something else. And the reason why I feel this way, because you've heard it, man. Like they pretty much was killing the fight, meanwhile saying they won it. And when I say they, the fighter was consistent with wanting it, but the father of the fighter was talking about all the other options. The manager was making $10 million demands. The promoter was out here pretending to be an A-side, right? It was a lot going on, and that was all on Vergil's side. And it's unfortunately that it fell on his side. And then we seen him eventually have to, sue. And now he in a legal battle back and forth with Golden Boy and Oscar Delahoya, which is nasty work. And it's unfortunate that it even had to come to this. And I'm pretty sure, look, everybody has their stance and how they feel. Vergil Ortiz keeps, alluding to, prior situations when the fight was offered to Boots or whatever the case. As I've always stated, when it comes to that particular situation, it's different when you making an offer to somebody not in a weight class, right? I said this. Let the man get to the weight class. He gonna get a fight in, and then I know he gonna be about to smoke. That's exactly what happened. It was no offer or nothing of that sort being made since he got there at 54. He made that little demo against Lima, and it shit just got spooky from there. And like I said, Vergil, I respect him as a real fighter. I think he legit as they come, but this was very telling, man. This was very telling. Like, it just seemed like all parties involved wasn't 100% on board with this fight taking place. And you can tell by how everything shook out. Like, you see it now. If everybody really wanted this fight, I don't think Vergil would have had to sue anybody. I don't think he would have had to sue anybody. You get what I'm saying? I don't think Vergil would have had to sue. Why should you have to sue your promoter to make a fight that he said he wanted for you, right? It was the big fight for you, right? This was the fight that was going to solidify either guy, the winner, right? This fight, win, lose, or draw, right? Shit. Dang, my bad. Hold on. Shit. Dang, my bad, y'all. Let me say what's up to the fam. Judah, shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you supporting the grind, copping that shirt and them sweats. Shout out to my dog, Judah, and that Cash App. Supporting heavy, man. My dog, man. Where that guy, get my guys just.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my dog, Judah. Appreciate the love, my guy. Appreciate you, man. DP Rocker, my dog, was good with it. CJ in the building. Wallio is in the building. My dog was good with it, man. Popping up Roja was good. Turkey didn't want to fight. And now look, that I'm past that. We can talk about it though. Look, it wasn't that Turkey didn't want to fight. He got out of the Boots business, so to speak, right? When Boots was not accepting those offers because he was still making his decisions at 47, right? That obviously panned out. He got a unification out of it, right? Turkey kind of pulled back and it was no longer on him to make the fight. But in this particular instance, you got Eddie Hearn and Golden Boy, they was free to make the fight. They didn't need Turkey. You get what I'm saying? And I don't even think that was really the deciding factor. I just think Oscar De La Hoya was playing too many games, man, and we seen this shit before. Like you playing with your fighters, you don't really want to test these guys. Vergil got tired of it. Now he had to sue you you get what I'm saying? Think about what it come to, where y'all at when Vergil go from saying how Oscar is always done right by him and checked up on him Christmas and all of this different stuff. And you go from that to, I'm suing, right? To now Oscar taking shots at Vergil, doing clapbacks, and it's getting nasty. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it exposed the lack of intent on De La Hoya. Like, look, he seemed like he was dragging his feet slightly. He could say he was trying to get his guy more money, and I understand that. But when you do it publicly, you never get nowhere. From my experience in boxing, whenever you start trying to negotiate or have that pissing contest publicly, it never works out. You get what I'm saying? It never works out. Shout out to Al Booger. So it really show how much they believe in a fighter. And it just like, I believe that he believes in Vergil, right? I believe Vergil Teams believes in Vergil, but I do also believe that there's certain risks out there, and Boots Ennis is one of them. Like a Boots Ennis ass whooping could be really different for your career. Like real, just being honest. And I really felt like they know the danger that lies and exists with that fight. And not that they're not confident that they can win it. I just think they wanted the absolute top dollar for the fight. You get what I'm saying? I can't knock them for that, but don't be crying that Boots is a duck all of a sudden when the fight don't come to fruition. Don't be saying that. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to hear how Boots ducking when the fight ain't happening. Like, look, they probably flag me or copyright me for this, but it's all good. I'm gonna play it anyway. This is what Vergil put this on his IG. Vergil put this on his IG for Boots, man.
A dog walked up to a lemonade stand. He said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum, 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 got any grapes?" The man said, "No, we just sell lemonade, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade. Can I get you a glass?" The duck said, "I'll pass." And then he waddled away, waddle, till the very next day, bum, 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 ba-da-bum. When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand, he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum, 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 got any grapes?" The man said, "No, like I said yesterday, we just sell lemonade, okay? Why not give it a try?" The duck said,
Man, bro, that's called the Duck Song, man. They probably flagged me for, but it's okay. I edit it. I fix it. But that was that was Vergil, man. Vergil. Average Joe said my son used to love this. Vergil, I gave Vergil some points for that one. I said that was a little funny. And Vergil taking shots at Boots. I said that's funny, man. But you know what? I'm so past narratives, man. I'm just so far different than what everybody else be on it. I'm just so past the narratives of like all this duck talk, but I really understand Vergil's side, right? I understand just from hearing what both of these guys said that it was miscommunication on either side. You can tell that it was initially, right? And ultimately they couldn't come to agreement, right? When it's all said and done. I think it's deeper than ducking. I know Vergil is gonna feel how he feel. Like if somebody said, if he's being told that, look, we offered him to fight, and he said, nah, not right now, or whatever the case may be, then Vergil gonna feel like, yo, see, the fight was here and you could have made it, and you didn't. Man, my bad, y'all. Shout out to Blunt Sports. My dog said, shout out to KJ, man. Shout out to you, bro. That's me in the building, Dante's Boxing Talk, man. And shout out to everybody, man, that sent the positive message. My baby boy got the MVP of an undefeated season this year. He did his thing. I meant to play the video too. They probably gonna flag me because it got music in it, but KJ did his thing, man, this year, man. And they had a basketball banquet. It's just dope to see, man, how his growth from year to year. And it's very early, man. He only 8, so it's only gonna get better. Big shout out to the Queen Lisa too for supporting in the Cash App the baby boy for his MVP, man. He got him a little, he got him a couple medals, and, you know what I mean? Feeling good about himself, man. I had a proud dad moment, man. Shout out to the Queen Lisa, always.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
My dog, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to the Queen. Motown was good with, I don't think either ducking. Nope, me neither. Oh, man. This shit was funny as hell, man. That little duck song that Vergil had, man. The little duck song from Vergil, man. But yeah, like Dante said, man, I don't think either side was ducking. It's deeper than that. I think you just like it's some of what I'm saying is just my opinion. As far as like, all right, man, it's easy to go full steam ahead and make an offer. Like the energy that they had while Boots was still at 147 is not the energy I felt like they had at 54. Let me not be too diplomatic. Let me just be honest, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the energy wasn't the same, right? It's easy to make offers and be all gung-ho on wanting to fight somebody, but they're not in the weight class, right? Why is that energy not the same? It's absolutely no reason. Like what's the difference between before, when he wasn't at 54 yet, when he was still at 47, then him getting to 54? Like, what's the difference? What changed, right? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I don't understand. Like, they really screwed us over, man. And I always say this. Fans I hope we learn sooner than later. We're gonna learn that, like, while we get screwed out of one of the best fights and biggest fights in boxing, you get what I'm saying? We stuck on the internet arguing about who ducked who. And I said this is every single time a big fight don't happen. But if you really look and scratch past the surface, you're going to see that it ain't had nothing to do with somebody ducking as much as everybody not being on the same page. And like I said, once he got to 54, he was very consistent and direct about what he was doing. He was getting a tune-up fight out the way, and then he was going for the smoke. Vergil Ortiz got his fight out the way with Erickson Lubin. They got in the ring. They faced off. Everything right there should have been, negotiations should have started right then and there. But it seemed like when I started hearing the team say, you know, it just seemed like you just, one side wasn't consistent with what they wanted. Now you started like, why are you talking about all these other options and all these other big ass fights? That's what Oscar was doing. All these other options, all these other big fights. His manager was saying it, $10 million. His father was saying, "Oh man, you know, Eddie Hearn don't tell us when to fight. You know, we got other options. We could do this." You just kept hearing that shit from the other side. I ain't gonna say Robert Garcia. I think he believes in Vergil through and through. He in the gym working with him. He know, but seemed like those other guys just was a little hesitant on pulling the trigger or making us necessary moves to get that fight over the hump. And now we sitting here stuck in 2026, and it was was started off to be a great year and was supposed to be even better with the addition of this fight being made at some point in the first quarter. Now we got to sit around and just, you know, you start to hear the Boots talking about moving on because he like, look, bro, I did everything I could, and I feel him. I understand Vergil. Vergil was like, yo, they told me that we offered you to fight while you were still at 47. You didn't take it, right? So that's what Vergil was saying. But on the flip end of that, Boots is also like, why we keep going backwards. We fast forward to now, and we're in the same weight class, and ain't no offers being sent. The business ain't being done. The fight ain't being made. We ain't getting closer to making it. Now we further away from the fight than we ever was. And if I had to ask y'all, if I had to ask y'all, right? Who would you, if you just had to take a pick, whose side seemed more inconsistent, and what do y'all feel like is the biggest factor as to why this fight didn't happen yet, right? I would say it's one side is gotten in the way, right? I think Vergil was ready. I think Oscar played the game. I think he overplayed his hand, and it forced Vergil to take the legal route. You get what I'm saying? So I swear I honestly understand Vergil's point of view where he like, yo, you ain't take the fight with me when it's offered, man. Turkey had the fight, man. Some could say that's true, right? I get it, but I think ultimately, man, it boils down to them not staying consistent on their side. They played a lot of games. Judah, what's good with it, bro? Shout out to Blood, man. He said Oscar's the reason why. I think so too. Shout out to CJ. Appreciate you, my guy. Samuel was good with it, my guy. Yeah, man. They said they waddled away. They played the game, man. They played the game with this one, man. And it's very disappointing because I knew it. I knew this. We had a really good chance at this happening, and I said it. Once Boots actually get a fight, watch the energy shift. And I ain't think it was gonna be Vergil. I'm not fully surprised that it's Oscar, but it's still disappointing because it's like, come on, man. All the games y'all playing, man, I can't tell them what they worth. But if they not willing to sit down at the table and make the fight, how are we supposed to feel like they really want it? You get me? Now Vergil is like, oh man, he knows I'm in a legal battle, but this wasn't his situation, right? That's the Boots don't got nothing to do with y'all legal battle. All he let you know was on his side, everything was set and ready to go. They ready to fight. They ready to make the fight happen. On your side, you got issues, so you can't, with Vergil, you can't keep rewinding to offer made before he got to the weight class officially. Nobody wants to hear about that. We want to hear about now. And what is the reason that you suing Oscar, right? Because Oscar moving funny. So obviously it's some turmoil there. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's something that's clearly not functional or functioning the right way with Golden Boy and Team Ortiz, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Oscar claiming he getting bad advice from his manager or whatever the case. The manager has been very vocal. You know what I'm saying? And it just another way to kill a fight in real time, bro. We seen him kill a fight in real time. You have absolutely no reason why these dudes ain't fighting each other next. I'm not trying to hear nothing about letting it marinate. I don't want to hear nothing about them both having belts so it could be some type of magical unification. Boots and Vergil is like good dope, man. Let me be very blunt. It's like top shelf dope, man. It sell itself. You don't need no convincing. You don't need no trinkets, and you don't need to spit shine it. You know what I mean? You don't need to put a bow on it. It's gonna sell itself. When you tell the boxing world that Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz is fighting next, that's more than enough, bro. Everybody gonna be ready to pay the money to see this fight. Everybody. There's absolutely no way in the world this fight gets made and it don't sell out and do well. There's no way. That's how crazy it is. Think about it. Boots sold out the Wells Fargo fighting David Avanesian, bro. David Avanesian. You putting him in there with a Vergil Ortiz, bro, and a Hispanic fighter. Man, you talking about a sellout. You talking about good pay-per-view numbers. You talking about a fully successful event. We ain't even get to the undercard. That alone gonna sell the fight, to sell the card. You get what I'm saying? They gonna sell the hell out them tickets. If Philly gonna be there, shit. We're Texas, Dallas. I think Texas is where Vergil from. Man, you'll have his people travel. I guarantee you, man. I guarantee you have a dope ass crowd if they line this up. Man, it's crazy. Damien, what's good with his family? How you feeling? Good Friday to my dog, man. I know Oscar wanted Pandora Spence next. Vergil took him to court. And yeah, low key, he kept talking about that Spence shit, but you see that the zone already shut that down. The zone already said they wasn't paying for that fight. So Oscar's an idiot for even suggesting that would be the fight. And like, and in the process of him trying to quote unquote lobby to get his guy more money, he ended up shooting him in the foot. Now you're getting sued. Now Vergil gonna be on the sideline, possibly shelved, right? This legal battle, Oscar said it could go on for years. That's wild to even think that. You better hope. Vergil Ortiz, you better hope that this was the right move, and you better hope that y'all could come to some type of resolution or you can get out of that contract, because don't be a Mikey Garcia and be out the ring 2-3 years with some promotional issues. I'm telling you, do not get put on the shelf, bro. Don't get put on the shelf and come back and then be in a situation where you're desperate for a fight and you need to fight a guy like Boots. I'm telling you, don't do it. I want to see Vergil in a situation like from a business standpoint where he win, because he's a real fighter. I think he getting a bit of a bad rep, just a bit, with the way Oscar is handling him and moving with the business. I don't want to fully blame Oscar, but it seemed like he was the guy playing the most games. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. Another fight is sidelined, and now these dudes got to go back and forth on social media, man. It's crazy, bro. Nasty work, man. Blaze, what it do? Tunnel Vision, what's good with it, man? He said they don't need the zone to pay for a Spence fight. They can take it to fight to Amazon, but that's the thing. Amazon ain't interested in that, and Amazon ain't paying for fights, Tunnel Vision. Amazon not paying for fights. What fights Amazon paying for? Why you think PBC moving the way they moving? Amazon not paying for their fights. You know what I'm saying? They're allowing them to broadcast their fights on their platform, on the network, but they ain't, you get me? They not paying for the fights. You get me? That's why that wasn't even an option. That's why that never came up. Because if that fight would have been made, it would have went through the zone, but they made it clear we're not paying for that. You get what I'm saying? So PBC would pay for it. I doubt it. Tunnel Vision, I doubt it. You know what I mean? Spence already doing what he doing with Tim Tszyu. That's the fight right there. So that shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? Shit is over. Shit is over with. Kyle Cooler, blessings, family. How you feeling? He said, yeah, we need prime versus prime. Telling you, that's what it is. So they kind of, Boots, like, I did everything in my power to make this fight happen for the fans. He said I waited long enough and stayed quiet through it all. Said it looks like Vergil or his team really didn't want to fight. He said I came to his fight in his hometown and told him he was next. That was November. It's March and still nothing. It's time to move on. 2 division champion up next. He said I told y'all the truth was going to come to the light. I kind of knew we was going to get to a point similar to this one, though. I knew it. Like, what I knew, all those people that was saying Boots is ducking this and Boots is ducking that, I knew you was going to have to walk it back. I knew it. Now, y'all can sit here. That's why people feel in their heart of hearts that it's on Vergil's side. That's why Boots, I like the fact that he said Vergil or his team. giving it an option is not Vergil. I'm not gonna say that, yo. Nobody in boxing can convince me that Vergil Ortiz is scared to fight somebody. Nobody. And he fought, like I said, what he fought? Boachuk, Madrimov, and Lubin back to back to back. That's not a guy that's scared to challenge himself at all. I seriously doubt that. But like I said, where I heard the inconsistency at was the biggest inconsistency I say with Vergil is when he started advocating for a Spence fight, right? You stood in the ring with and faced off with Boots and then got out of the ring talking about Earl Spence in a dream fight. That's the only place where I'm like, but I wouldn't say that you was, not willing to fight, right? I just don't feel that about Vergil. But like I said, you heard his manager, you heard the promoter, and you heard his dad all talking about options, money. They don't tell us when to fight. We can do X, Y, and Z. We can make money fighting this one or that one. And they know that the reality, I think the biggest money fight for Vergil is Boots. I guarantee. And I ain't even want no dude to predict no ticket sales, man. That shit gonna sell out. That's a sellout event, bro. Shout out to my dog Jordan. I ain't like Vergil response, all that down slick talk about folks being slow, but Oscar's part of the team. We're gonna get to that too. We gonna get it. I got the post from Vergil. My bad, y'all. So yeah, man, didn't he call for Boots to come in the ring? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it seemed like his team kind of, I think Oscar just overplayed his hand, bro, with the one up and the Eddie Hearn, you keep making public social media videos, clap back this or whatever he was doing. Y'all seen it. Because my thing is this, why are you getting sued? That's the telltale sign that they not on the same page. If we don't know nothing else, we know Oscar De La Hoya and Team Ortiz are not on the same page. Oscar downplayed his manager, Rick, that he worked with, right? He in business with. He downplayed him. You know what I mean? They looking like they not happy with the way Oscar is moving, right? Vergil Ortiz went from saying he always done right by me to saying, you know what? I'm suing him. What changed? For a fighter to do that, that means he felt like he was being played with, in my opinion, man. That's the best way I could assess it. Vergil got tired of the games. He like, bro, you got me looking crazy. You did all of this. You had us face off, and now you in the media playing games, talking about A side and B side. I'm telling you, you kind of seen it with Devin and Ryan with the little like back and forth, like with the A side, B side BS. Devin Haney really said he the A side because he the #1 fighter in boxing. He ain't say shit about ticket sales, bringing money in, and none of that shit. So these dudes don't be having a real grip on reality, man. The fact of the matter is the guy that's selling more tickets, that's drawing more asses to the seats, is going to be the guy that's considered the A side more times than not, right? Unless you got a hell of a team that could finesse you something that you don't deserve, and I just didn't see that for Vergil. Think about that. Imagine claiming the A side and not being willing to send the offer and then having to get sued. If the fighter is suing you, Mr. A side, Oscar, what they be calling them, fishnets. Man, yo ass out, you did all that playing, bro. So can they get it done on Zufa? Rock Island Boxing Club. What's good with it? Now I doubt it. Hey, Oscar Moore, though, he said blocking the fight. He kind of interrupted it, Kyle. He disrupted it, slowed it down, stalled it. And now it's like two birds with one stone, but in a negative. You stalled one of the biggest fights in boxing. You stalled the biggest fight for your fighter, and you got his career on hold. That's 3 strikes. You out of here. It's looking all bad. It's not good. It's not looking good for Vergil. And I hate that because he talented. And like I said, I'm standing on this. That dude just want to fight. He ain't scared of nobody, bro. I don't get scary when I look at Vergil and I see the way he approached it. Vergil gonna get in there and try to get you out of there, bro. He gonna try to beat your ass. And if you can't beat his ass, he gonna beat yours. You get me? He a dog. And I think he getting a bad rep. And I think he was feeling the heat too, or at least got frustrated with the way things was going. You get what I'm saying? If everything was on the same page, if Oscar was moving right along, if he had this fight lined up for Vergil, I think Vergil wouldn't have sued. I really don't. I just think he was moving stupid. You could say Vergil getting bad advice. I said Oscar De La Fishnet. Yeah, that's what they be calling him. Yeah, the A side. It gets sticky, don't it, Jordan? Because I never heard somebody base A side, make a case for an A side and leave out like drawing power, like ticket sales and shit like that, and really say, "Oh, I'm the number one guy." The number one guy in the division don't mean you the bigger draw. Don't make you the A side. You got 2 champions. You got guys that have had chances to fight on pay-per-view. So you have ticket sales that you can draw from. You have fights with ticket sales individually that you can draw from. What they did collectively, like it's a lot. And I think that shit tips in Ryan's favor. So it's tough to sit up here and preach A side because you're the number one guy. You could be number one all you want, but he got the belt too. Y'all both got belts. Y'all both champions. Y'all need each other. And it just so happens that the other guy got the bigger following and sells more tickets. That's all. But if Haney don't come to realization, that could be a reason the fight don't happen. Cash Sports was good with it, bro. And I guarantee you people call him a duck. Guaranteed. So I just never felt like, look, you know, if Boots Ennis could go to the Wells Fargo, where hosting the first boxing event there and then selling out, fighting Avanesian, not a big name at all. Just think about what he could do anywhere else with a big name or with a name, with a respectable name like a Vergil Ortiz, man. I think the intrigue, both guys being undefeated, arguably in their primes, right? And we still ain't seen the best of them, one could say, right? So many questions will get answered on both ends. And I said this, I can't stress this enough. It's absolutely no reason why they're not giving us this fight. This is the shit that I hate about boxing. And believe me, y'all, this is not the last time this is going to happen. This is not the last time that we're going to see that a fight is right there to be made, and then they find a way to not give it to us. And then people are going to sit up and try to overanalyze it, and then they're going to finger point guys as ducks. But I'm rocking with, this wasn't a duck, but this was Oscar De La Hoya doing typical Oscar De La Hoya shit. Look at when Ryan fought Tank. Ryan had to press for the fight behind the scenes. De La Hoya wasn't beat. Ryan was adamant. He wanted nothing else but Tank. That's why you had to respect him. You get what I'm saying? We got situations we can draw from to point to why it could be him. You could look at the way, some could say the way Zordo was moved. Who else? A couple of these guys, man, that he had, just he'll build you up, but it'll take a while testing you, right? And I get it to some degree because you want to continue to make the money, but you keep running it up, and to the point where when it's time to challenge your guy, now you trying to overcompensate for your guy. You pricing yourself out essentially, and I hate using that word, but that's what it sounds like you doing. When y'all out here making $10 million demands for a non-title bout, is crazy to me. But you out here talking about how y'all got all these other options, all these other bigger fights. But I can bet you everything that there's no fight. If there's any fight that's gonna pay you $10 million, it would be Boots fight. And I don't even think that fight would pay them $10 million. So there's no bigger fight for you than Boots. And once they started going that route and trying to convince and mind the public into thinking that, you know what, we got bigger opportunities out here. Yeah, we could fight Spence and, you know, and at Cowboy Stadium. That shit sound right. Stop selling dreams. That's that promoter slick talk. They sell you a dream and they watch how people react to it. Earl Spence ain't fighting no damn Vergil Ortiz at Dallas Stadium. Shut up. At least not next. And you know that. And if Earl Spence get back in the ring, it's going to be with Tim Tszyu as they reporting. Tim Tszyu and Earl Spence is supposed to be lining it up. Ain't going to be no damn Vergil. When a network I can't even say at network, but the Zone, when they came out early and put their foot down and said they wasn't willing to pay for that fight, that told us everything we needed to know. You ain't hear nobody else talking about that fight and wanting to put it together because it's too many unknowns for Earl to try to, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody jumping out the window to make that damn fight. No Vergil and Earl Spence, man, get the hell out of here. And why make a Earl Spence fight when you faced off with Boots. That's what I'm saying. They started at mission abort. They went to mission abort fast as hell. Because that shit went from, it's time now. You gonna give me an answer? You gonna give me an answer? Boots said, man, it's that time, G. Boots said, it's that time, G. You gonna get your ass beat. It's that time, man. So I hate it, man. It's another one that sucks. Boots, this was the best fight for him. More than likely, he gonna end up in there with somebody that not a Vergil, but people probably complain, and it ain't gonna be Boots' fault. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about no offers at 47. I don't want to hear nothing about Turkey Island Sheik. I want to hear how Vergil Ortiz and Oscar Delahoya is in a legal battle right now because Oscar was playing with Vergil top. Got him out here looking funny in the light, man. Got him looking funny in the light, man. Shout out to the Box Story and Cash Sports. Rolly was good with it. Barboza, man. But I mean, Sims. Shout out this. I like Kenneth Sims. Mine George was good with it. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. And again, I shouted you out before you got her. Much love, much appreciation for the support yesterday for the baby boy, the MVP. Shout out to
and we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, Speedy Rashidi on the shelf after he beat. Hey, talk about it, Samuel. Talk about it. That man shelved him. He beat Alexis Rocha and got shelved. How that even made sense? Pooh Dangles was good with it. Don't believe Tim. Tim who? Which Tim you talking about? Tim Zoo? That's exactly what Ryan did. He started talking about Shakur Connor Ben when the obvious fight was Haney. Yeah. I'm going to get on them too. We're going to talk about them. I got a video with his pops with Mill City. We're going to get to them too. We're going to get to them too, Hannibal. Trust me. We're going to get to a couple things. It's just you can't fit everything in the title. But we got some other stuff that's not in the title we're going to cover for sure. But, man, that's what they do, bro. They say things. They throw out the bait, see how people react to it, and then they start dialing shit back and changing their mind. And, look, everybody's entitled to change their mind, but don't label a guy a clout chaser. Don't say a guy is scared to fight you. Don't throw out, stipulations about what you're willing to do, and then when it's time to step on it, you don't want to do it. You get what I'm saying? And that's what Henry and Ryan both did. They know, man, look, it's a lot easier to talk about fighting Shakur than it is to actually do it. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I say this all the time. Everybody can be beat. Nobody's invincible, but it's certain guys in boxing that it's a lot easier to talk about fighting them than it is to actually do it. Shakur is one of them people. You've heard this shit for years now. Definitely since he got to 35. All the people, what they do and how they'll do it and how he can't do this. You've seen that be people be proven wrong when they get in the ring with him, and then you see people it be proven wrong when guys have opportunity to get in there with him and they don't do it. So Ryan would be one of those people. They did make a post about him and Haney fighting in September, but that I think they was just throwing that out there as bait. And that's again, why throw out a date and a location and y'all not gonna do that? If y'all don't fight Ryan in September, that was goofy, man. Devin Haney Promotions for posting that. That was stupid. You get me? That was stupid. But I think Rolly might actually be the one. You know what I'm saying? Rolly might be the one. Zoom verse, my dog was good with it. Proud of Boots speaking his mind. Hell yeah. Yeah, Boots, we needed this. This is what we wanted from Boots, right? This is what we all wanted from Boots as supporters is, right? A more vocal Boots. You want this because he ain't a clout chaser. So I think, and he's a man of few words and few social media posts. So I think with that, when he does post, people take heed to what he's saying, right? And now, it's still gonna be people that's gonna call him a duck. Like shit, Vergil still called him a duck, right? But we all know that's not what it is. He didn't duck you, bro. He did it his way, not your way. You get what I'm saying? He waited till he got to the division. He got his unification out the way down there, 47, got to 54, made a demo with Lima, and then pursued the fight with you, got right in the ring with you after your fight, and was right there, openly available, ready to make the fight. Eddie Hearn was very consistent about wanting to fight. The only people was on the other side. And it's crazy because now both guys, Boots gonna fight a lesser guy than more than likely than where Vergil is, and Vergil's gonna arguably be on the sideline for the foreseeable future, and who knows how long he gonna be on the side. So that's a double negative. I don't care how you look at it. A fighter getting shelved is nasty work, bro. Nasty work, Oscar. Nasty work, man. Oscar always have issues with his fighter. Canelo left you. Ryan was asking to get out the contract and bugging. Right now, Vergil, I never thought it would be Vergil. But that just goes to show you that it's not that Oscar don't know what he's doing. I don't think he's scared to put his fighters in there, but he has a strange way of getting things done. And I think it could rub the people that he worked with the wrong way, as we seen with Vergil Ortiz. I think he clearly disgruntled about the way that he's been moving with him and the way he's been dealing with this particular situation here. Let's keep going, because I got, Vergil had chimed in too. That was Boots and Vergil. We got 50 people in the building. Hit the like button. Y'all sub to the channel. We're going to keep rocking. This was what Vergil had to say, man. Look, I like you, Vergil. It's never personal, but the problem is, like, when you just address the fighter, man, like, because you can't insult us and say, like, since nobody is smart enough to know how to read between the lines and see, we actually tried to make the fight happen despite all the ongoing legal issues. I spell it out for you and everybody else. A lot of y'all must have missed out on critical thinking time in school. Critical thinking just is a part of life. I don't think we had to have a specific segment in school for critical thinking, but I understand what you're saying, Vergil. But nah, people ain't dumb, bro. I'm not gonna call you a duck because I don't see no duck in Vergil Ortiz, but people are reading between the lines. And bro, legal issues. Legal issues. How many? I ain't saying that fights never get made when somebody have legal issues going on, but legal issues with the promoter. You and him is not even on the same page. You can't push at this current juncture that is Team Ennis or the zone and Eddie Hearn or Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. You can't say that. You can't say it. Sorry, bro. And look, he ain't gotta say Oscar, but we know what the problem is because you soon, right? We know it's an issue there. So, and this shit just lame, man. It's just lame, bro. It's lame, man. And look, it's lame on both sides, man. We could have put all this duck talk to bed. We could have got to see one of the best absolute fighters in all the world. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Hit that like button, double tap the screen. My bad, y'all. I'm back. All right, I'm back, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Sub to the channel. Support the bill. We're going to get to it. Oster, 140, my dog was good with it. You getting the legal issues, you're going to be shoved until that shit is cleared up. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Zoom, you get what I'm saying? So, it's unfortunate, but Vergil, at this point, in my opinion, I get it, Vergil. You like, look, we made an offer. That's what you were told, and they didn't accept it. I understand that completely, Vergil Ortiz. I promise you I do. I get it. But we can't rewind to that. Since then, that's like, at that current point, yeah, Boots wasn't at 54 yet. He didn't have a fight there. There was no face-off between y'all. Since that initial situation, look, Turkey has backed out. He left it for y'all to figure out. He left it for the promoter. And this is a damn shame. I don't know if to be frustrated more with the promoters that been here or are mad at people that be mad at Turkey. It's like people are saying with Turkey, well, Turkey was going to do the fight. And he shouldn't have to make the fight. This is the shit. This is what situations like this is why Turkey Al-Sheikh exists. Situations like this is why Zufa boxing is going to have a lane in boxing, bro. And people going to be on the sideline complaining about Zufa and they ugly belt and, the wild rules and them trying to change the Ali Act. This situations like this open the door wide open for shit like this to take place. Don't give us fights. Now you got somebody. Why should Turkey even have to be the one? Come on, man. How long Oscar been promoting Vergil? Come on, man. Like, these are y'all fighters. It shouldn't have to take Turkey Al-Sheikh to make a fight between y'all two. This shit is nasty work, bro. Now you suing your promoter because he playing with your name. Got you looking funny in the light, bro. Got you looking real sus. Man, I'm telling you, Lisa, this would have been a perfect fight. Perfect fight to make. Duck, duck, goose. Man, Zufa take over him out. Just can't lie. Nah, look, this is the thing. Zufa is never going to take over. Boxing is too. It doesn't have that kind of structure. It's not structured that way I don't think for somebody to take over. You got to think. That's me. For Zufa to be to take over, they would have to have the talent. They got a pretty, they filled out roster, right? But they don't have nearly enough of the talent to take over boxing, right? Think about it. You can't do it without the talent. You can have all the money in the world, but without that talent performing on your platform, you can't do nothing with it. Get me? Can't do shit with it. So it's tough, man. It's tough. But look, man, I rock with Vergil, man. I do. And I understand his stance. He talking about before, but we talking about now. You get what I'm saying? The legal issues is not going to get you to fight. You going back and forth with your promoter and Oscar Delahoya is not going to get you in the ring. Not with Boots, not with nobody. So just to try to be as fair as I can, I don't want to say it's like Vergil's fault, but at this current point, can't say it's Boots. It's like, what's the issue on his side? You can't say it's coming from Boots' side. You get what I'm saying? It's not. You suing is going to stop you from making this fight and any other fight moving forward. And it's unfortunate now that you got Boots talking about moving on because he's going to have to move on to something that is not as good as what we envision with this particular fight. And it sucks, man, big time. You know what I mean? So it really does, man. He said all these. This is Boots also said this, and again, he don't speak a lot, but when he do, he mean what he say. All these false stories and fake narratives gonna stop. Like I said the other day, truth gonna come to the light. From here on out, we pulling everybody card from the river. I remember this when he tweeted this, man. I remember back when he tweeted this shit. So, and this is what you seeing now. Now you seeing cars being pulled. And again, this is how you know a card is being pulled. Who card is? I'll let y'all take the guesses to who card being pulled. But when they got to keep reverting to situations that occurred before he got to the weight class, you know they did. You know he got them dead to right. You know what's on y'all right now. Y'all know y'all kind of responsible and y'all at fault. And there's no way that we shouldn't be in the ring right now. Y'all two shouldn't be in the ring next with each other. Y'all did this face off. Y'all did all this woofing. You asked for Boots to give you an answer, and they've been on y'all ass ever since. And I'm telling y'all, I'm standing on this. It's a great fight whenever they decide to give us that fight. But Vergil ain't beating Boots, in my opinion. I think Boots got too much of a bag. I think he's just too much of an athlete. I think he's everything Vergil is with more. I do. I think he goes about it in a different way, but it's not an open and shut case. Vergil will have moments in the fight. I think it will be one of the best fights when we get it. But I got Boots handling business, man. Just as an early pick, I ain't gonna break it down too much, but I would have Boots, man. Just that talent. You not outboxing him based off what I've seen from both guys. You have to stop him. And if he removes that chance of you stopping him, which I think he can, now we talking about a much different fight. But Boots does like to fight. He will mix it up. He does like to be in the fire. And he will give Ortiz opportunities that will make things interesting and keep the fight going. Channel's dragging Boots. Not his fault. Yeah, it's crazy. Notice, Damon. Notice how consistent I am, bro. Notice how consistent I am. Even though I lean towards Boots winning for some of the reasons I was just mentioning, and I look at Team Ortiz, or at least Golden Boy is the biggest factor as to why it didn't happen, right? But notice I ain't say Vergil is a duck either, because I don't believe that. That man is legit, yo. He the real deal, bro. Vergil the real deal. He the real deal. And to a degree, I know it sounds funny, but to a degree, that's part of the reason why they move him the way they move him too. Because they figure, hey man, we could keep making money with this guy, keep selling tickets, keep growing his name. But at some point, you're gonna have to take one of those 50-50 type risks. One of those Jaron Ennis type risks. Jaron Ennis gonna have to fight one of those, Vergil Ortiz type guys at some point, no matter how good or these guys are marketed or promoted, they're gonna have to show and prove. And this is why we all wanted to see this fight, because this is a show and prove fight for both guys. Like, they're guarantee you would have got action throughout this entire fight. I never seen a boring Vergil Ortiz fight or a boring Boots fight. Think about putting them two in the ring together, bro. Think about putting a guy, they all gas, no breaks, yo. Just think about what we missing out on. All gas, no breaks. Boots is Mr. No fill out round himself, and Vergil Ortiz only know one way, straight line, beeline, straight at you in your chest and hurt you. Think about how fun that fight is just because of the styles and the mentalities of both fighters. There's no way we get a boring fight. There's not a lot that you can't say that about every big matchup in boxing. Like, there's almost no scenario where they're in the ring together and we get a boring fight. You get what I'm saying? Just think about what I'm telling y'all. You've never seen a boring Boots fight. You never seen that. Vergil neither. He's not a boring guy. Vergil's gonna try to beat your ass, man. And it's something real entertaining about it. He stayed behind the jab. He's smart. He disciplined. He's a really good body puncher. You know what I mean? He keeps a good pace. He keep the pressure on you. I like Vergil Ortiz. He's a smart fighter, really good, talented dude, man. But it's nasty to see what's being done to him at this point, man. I don't think it ever should have to be the point where the fighter got to sue, because you ain't making fights happen. You bogus as hell. You got one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. You got a real legit dog in Vergil Ortiz, and he got a hell of a trainer in Robert Garcia. And the fact that you ain't got him front and center in a ring with Boots sometime, like, this quarter is nasty work. They should have been in the ring around March. They should have had like a March date or something, April, some type of summer, something, spring, summer. Damn, like 2026 about to go without Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz is a crime. It's another black eye in boxing. And I'm not willing to call neither guy a duck. Vergil, you need to get your ducks in a row. Get me? Because you don't really have a strong case to stand on with you having legal issues with your trainer. I mean, with your promoter. You get me? You ain't fighting Boots or nobody else for that matter. You ain't fighting Boots, Slippers. You get what I'm saying? You ain't fighting nobody, bro. This fight just would be off the hook, won't it? It'd be like two trains on the same track, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I get that. I get it. But damn, yo, the three, like, you get me? They got to understand, like, just follow me, y'all. What do y'all respect more? Somebody making an offer before you get to the division, or somebody making it after? You know what I'm saying? After the fact. What one you respect more? I don't care. Like, I don't want to. You get me? That's just the way I think. Like, don't try to offer me something before I get there. Wait till I get there and then say, you know what? Now you're in my weight class. What's up? Like, you here now, I'm on your ass. That didn't happen. And I said it, and it's crazy because all the back and forth happened right after Boots made the mixtape against Lima. And one mixtape Boots goes in there and beats Lima up in seconds, and the whole world start to all everybody like, man, we could you get me? He made that demo on that, man. They start saying, man, we could fight Spence, Texas, Texas Stadium, in Jerry's World in front of thousands. Vergil start talking about dream fights. You get me? Your dad saying you got options, man. Eddie don't tell y'all when to fight. Your managers demanded $10 million. He making $10 million demands. Then he's saying the fight was dead. Come on, man. It was only one side doing that. You ain't never hear Boots side say none of that. You ain't never hear Eddie Hearn. As much as people don't like Eddie and how he moved, you ain't never hear nobody. Eddie Hearn never came out and said, you know what? This fight ain't happening, y'all. This fight ain't happening. We ain't making this fight. We moving on. we got all these other options. We're going to try to do this. The only time Eddie Hearn even talked about options is almost like when he forced to, right? Like, and recently he was criticized for not having a plan B for Boots. But it's crazy because I understand that, but he shouldn't even needed a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Vergil should have been your plan A, B, and C. Real shit, man. All that shit they was talking before he got to 54, the narrative shifted, the energy shifted. People started going, you start seeing more social media posts. You start hearing from Vergil manager. Is that everybody start talking over there, but nobody was saying, yo, we fighting Boots next. This shit is crazy. They literally told us how they got all these other options. And now y'all literally about to fight. Not only are y'all not fighting Boots, none of those other options are available. And your only option for the next X amount of months or whatever is you on the sideline. Man, Vergil gonna drop. Vergil, man, you gonna mess around by the. You know Vergil play the guitar. Y'all know Vergil play the guitar. Vergil gonna have a damn mixtape out by the time he get back in the ring, bro. Bro gonna drop an album. By the time he get back in the ring, bro, he gonna been done had produced the Golden Boy diss track. Oscar Delahoya and Golden Boy diss track. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You better hope for his sake that he gets to the bottom of their situation soon, because like I said, all jokes aside, we've seen legal battles before. We see how these things play out. They get nasty, and the person that I think is affected by it the most is the fighter. You get what I'm saying? Oscar got other fighters he gonna continue to promote, make fights, make clapback Thursdays and stuff like that. And life gonna go on. He established himself already. You know what I'm saying? He established himself already. So he gonna go on to do what he do. You know what I mean? Vergil is gonna be on the sideline suffering. You see what happened with Conor Ben when he got popped with the egg situation, and he was on the sideline for all that long. Money was running low. He had to get a loan from Eddie. Like, it started getting critical because these dudes haven't had these millions and millions of big, crazy $1 million paydays like that yet. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Vergil Ortiz and Boots could have made some of the most money fighting each other, roads leading through each other. But now we got to see them. We got to just sit back and watch these dudes go back and forth. It's crazy. Sure, all this BS going on. All Oscar do is show T. I'm telling you, boxing dad, what's good with it? OT, what's good, my guy? What's the word, man? Marcus, my dog. RBZ, what's good with it, bro? This is crazy. So, look, shout out to Vergil. We root for the fighter over here. Oscar, man, he been in the business for a long ass time. Oscar know what he doing. It's not as simple as people make it seem on the internet. I know he might have his reasons as to why he moved the way he did. But I'm just not a fan of it because, again, those public videos, those one-ups, so even though you somebody editing the hell out of your videos, it still ain't the way to get business done. And like I said since the beginning, I've never seen a fight get put together with guys, you know, going back and forth on social media like that instead of just getting the business done. And you would have thought that everything was great behind the scenes, the relationship, based on the last time we heard Vergil speak about Oscar. You would have thought everything was great. And then, boom, lawsuit out of nowhere. And then, you know, Oscar started talking about how ungrateful Vergil was. I had a clip where he was talking about Vergil. He said how ungrateful Vergil was, man. He said he never thought Vergil would be this ungrateful. Oscar was going in on Vergil Ortiz, but it is what it is, man. Vergil, if you smart, try to find a way to meet in the middle. Whatever your issue is, try to resolve it as fast as you can, because, again, you got to think Oscar money long. He going to be all right. You're going to be the one affected. You're not going to be able to fight. Like I said, you're going to mess around and drop a mixtape by the time you get back in the ring playing with Oscar, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope it's not a situation like Mikey Garcia where he was sidelined 2-3 years and you're not able to fight nobody. And then because you got to think your prime years or your best years. Think about this, y'all. Vergil already lost key important time and 47. Remember what? That's why he never made the Stanionis fight. That fight got postponed or called off three different times, I believe. So you get me? And look how much time he missed with the rhabdo. So he already missed valuable time. Now the thought of him even missing any more significant time, whether even if it happens to be a year, that's still unnecessary. You're in the prime of your career. You healthy. Think about this. Imagine that. You done put your health issues behind you. The rhabdomyolysis ain't affecting you no more. You seemingly got that under control. You had the back fights, right? Where you can see that you good. You get what I'm saying? And now you back sideline. Think about how stressful that gotta be, bro. So look, Vergil, tighten up, do what you can, man. Find a way to solve that issue, man, because them legal battles be nasty, man. Them promoters, man, I had you in court. Now think about it. You spending money fighting legal battles, but you ain't making no money because you ain't in the ring. Get what I'm saying? It's just become a nasty situation, bro. Nasty situation. So hopefully, like I said, man, we could see the end of this sooner than later, and then we can get the conversation shifted back to one of the biggest fights in boxing, and that's Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr., man. They need to make that fight at 54, titles or not. That's one of the biggest fights to be made, and they need to get that one to us. This is the clapback from Thursday, from yesterday, from Oscar Delahoya. Let's get to it.
It's your favorite time of the week again. Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursday. Okay, so this may be the longest clapback in clapback history.
Biggest one I've ever seen.
So you're fucking welcome in advance for all the entertainment.
Let's fucking go!
But I have a lot to vent about this week and a lot of truth to spill. So Jai Obatai fought over the weekend for what he thought would be an IBF title.
It's my dream to become undisputed, and unless everyone works together towards that dream, I can't accomplish that.
Only to find out at the press conference that he was lied to by none other than Uncle fucking Fester and Zufa. So let me explain. So we all know the Zufa belt is like a participation trophy that's given to a 9-year-old at the end of a soccer game.
Second place trophy.
It has the significance of the hemorrhoid on my fucking ass.
It's a hemorrhoid.
And that's all they agreed it would be in order to get the IBF to participate in the Obatai fight. Until last week at the press conference, when Fester and his friends surprised everyone and announced the Zufa belt as a world title belt. These motherfuckers violated rule number 5 of the IBF. After that,
oh shit, what?
The sanction was pulled.
Give me that shit.
Zufa had no intention of following the IBF rules and used that deception to humiliate them.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
So they said, fuck this, and they pulled out.
I'm not going to put up with shit like this.
Zufa lied to everyone the entire time, and poor Jai Obatai suffered because of it.
It's my dream to become undisputed, and unless everyone works together towards that dream, I can't accomplish that.
They probably signed Obatai and told his entire team, oh yeah, we'll just, we'll let you unify.
Would I lie?
And of course, it wasn't gonna happen. So instead of fighting for a belt that he loves, Jai was stuck fighting for absolutely nothing against a guy who had 0 championship experience.
Who let you in here is what I want to know.
And Jai was obviously disappointed when he spoke to Max Tampon after the fight.
Man, I'm chasing the belts.
Of course he wants to fight for all the belts. Every fighter does. Nobody wants the piece of shit Zufa belt they're trying to push on us.
This shit is fucking stupid.
And fighters want to fight the very best in the world. His opponent, Brandon Glanton, was a plant by the ring who ranked him number 10 in the world in their made-up rankings.
Do you make this bullshit up as you go along?
He had never even fought a championship round in his entire life. He was ranked number 15 by the IBF. Look, I've said it before. The Ring magazine belt is officially dead. Its history and honor has been ruined by the biased propaganda and the clear agenda of those behind it. Oh, and they're in bed with Zufa. Hell, they're funding their entire league. President Mark Shapiro confirmed they're 100% financially backed by the Saudis. So, to make matters worse for Jai Obatai, a letter was sent to all organizations from his attorney yesterday threatening legal action for not working with Zufa. Jai is from a little tiny town in Australia. So what are the chances he knows and chooses an attorney in Las Vegas to represent him on this matter?
Gotta call bullshit.
Right? Jai, wake up before they ruin your career, brother.
Wake the fuck up!
Fester's using you as a tool in all of this. Get the fuck out of there.
Run.
All these guys do is lie. And Fester, why are you making Jai sue the organizations? Because you're throwing a tantrum because they won't recognize your fake bout?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I mean, you're the one who said you would never recognize all of them about a year ago.
Yes, I will not recognize any of the other sanctioning bodies.
And you fucking hate every promoter.
Bob Arum's been in the business for fucking 50 years. He put one fight on this year. Does Top Rank have a TV deal yet? Anybody? Delahoya? Don't even get me fucking started on that guy.
Shot.
I haven't seen or heard anything from Al Heyman. Eddie Hearn is the manager now.
So, if you hate everyone so much in boxing, why are you in our fucking sport?
Get the fuck out of here!
You don't give a fuck about the fighters, just like you never gave a fuck about the UFC fighters, which Ronda Rousey exposed on Monday.
It's why so many of their top athletes are leaving to go and find pay elsewhere. It's why their champions like Valentina are selling pictures of their titties on OnlyFans.
Thank you, Ronda, for confirming what we all already know.
Fucking do it.
Look, with TKO, you're a fucking number in line. You aren't a human being. You contribute to their bottom line, and that's all. You sign with Zufa, and you'll be tricked into a bunch of shit, just like Jai Obatai was.
You also know how I operate.
Nothing is ever what it seems with them. And I'll say it again. Fighters, beware of these pigs with lipstick. And remember, kids, say no to domestic violence.
Fight!
Like this guy, woman beater?
You're never a hater if you only speak the facts.
Yo, man, Oscar ain't shit, bro. His editor is goated too. His editor, bad man or woman, whoever that is. His editor is on point, bro. God, he threw that last one in there, bro. He threw that little curveball. He said, remember, folks, say no to domestic violence. Damn. But you notice he did all of that. And see, look, just to, put a bow on the Vergil and Boots, conversation, that's what Vergil got to deal with. That's your promoter. Clap back Thursdays. He left all their business out of it. Yeah, he gonna probably say because it's legal, but that ain't a funny laughing matter, is it? So, I mean, everybody got something going on in boxing, man. I think right now, Oscar just got to figure out the best course of action moving forward. If he really care about Vergil Ortiz, if it's more than just business between them two, then they should both be looking to settle this shit rather fast. You get what I'm saying? Not saying that they are, but if it's really any type of love there, it shouldn't take no drawn out years or months and months where this dude got to end up missing dates or being inactive. That shouldn't happen. As one of your best fighters on the roster, Oscar, figure that shit out. That's what I'll say, man. Vergil Ortiz, you with one of the bigger promoters in the game. And y'all got to figure that out. You, your team Ortiz and Golden Boy, y'all got to figure that out because y'all need each other. You know what I'm saying? To a degree, right? I know Vergil spoke highly of Golden Boy and Oscar. And I'm pretty sure he still feel that way to a degree. So I feel like they can resolve this issue, man. Just it starts with them having to communicate. They got to want to do it, though. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the only way we start getting closer back to the right conversations, because the fact that, again, Boots even has to move on and then Vergil got to sit still, it's crazy, man. It's bad news, man. Bad news for boxing. Bad news, man. But let's keep rolling, y'all, on this Good Friday, man. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling on this good? Yeah. Make sure y'all smashing them like. Let's get to this, man. I know I got some clips to cover. Yeah, Oscar definitely went in. It was like, damn, that was one. I think that was the longest clapback too. He did say that. I think he was right. Over 5 minutes. He was cooking Ryan Thunder 6. My dog. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? wanted to cover a couple of clips, man. You be seeing Corbin making his media run, and he had sat down with Jada and Fat Joe, and they Devin Haney's name came up, and Devin Haney's been coming up a lot lately because of the back and forth between him and Ryan about which fight he's gonna pursue or which fight he's gonna actually be in. Is it gonna be the Ryan fight, or is it gonna be Rolly? People seem like they don't know which fight is gonna be first, but it's still people that feel like Devin Haney still ain't all the way back to where he once was, and because of that, Fat Joe mentioned him on the show, and he said, mentioned that Devin Haney was a scared fighter or something to that effect. So we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna get to we're gonna cover Rolly too, man. Jordan boys Duggan really think he's want to fight. Yeah, 704. Yeah, man. I definitely think he wants to fight. Vergil Ortiz. His last 3 opponents, I think, should show you what kind of mentality he has. I get that none of those guys are boots, but they're still tough fights. You know what I mean? From Boychuk to Madrimov to Lubin, like those are respectable names. So I definitely think he won it. And I think I ain't gonna say just he's suing him just because he didn't get that fight. But I do think it's clear that, you not moving the way you need to. And as a result, we ain't on the same page. I don't think Vergil liked the way he was going about trying to secure this fight for him. And then making it look as even making it questionable or debatable that he don't want to fight. I think Vergil's a real fighter that really want that smoke. You already know. Shout out to you, my guy. You already know. We got to get to it, man. We're going to get to it. Hold on. So let's get to it, man. Fat Joe and Jada is doing some of the work. Let me see which one of these clips it was. I had 2 different ones, man. Hope this is the right one, though. Let's get to it, though. Educated jab. Urban Mac, educated jab was good, fellas. How y'all feeling, man? All right, let me get this joint up, man. It's good to see people making their rounds, and it's cool to see different platforms speaking on boxing and having the fighters up there. I like it. I likes the fact that they doing that, man. I really do. But my guy said Vergil got to get that WBC to order up his fight against Fundora. Do people even know he's the interim champ for the WBC? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, Ryan. I don't think because you don't hear people talk about it. And shout out to Urban Mac, my dog. It's crazy. You don't hear people talk.
Mayweather. Yeah. He was a baby.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something interesting. And you know what's funny, bro? Talking to fighters and hearing them talk, they don't even be realizing certain moves that they can make, bro. They don't even be knowing. They don't be having no clue. It's like, because you don't even hear that be a possibility, right? But they keep talking about these other options. And then when they mention options and Fundora name never came up. So they could be missed opportunity. The Butcher was good with it. Could be more missed opportunity, Ryan, for Vergil and Team Ortiz. You're not securing the biggest fight for yourself, one of the biggest fights in boxing, one of the most lucrative fights, I think, for yourself with Boots. Now, Fundora gonna go do something else, right? And you ain't gonna get that fight. You just gonna be on the sideline. So yeah, man, these dudes really don't be knowing the business side of it. They don't be knowing that they're in position to make certain moves. Like when they get brought up on certain interviews, you can tell that stuff be new to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy though, man. I hope he don't be on the sideline for years to come. Or no months to come either. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep rolling, man. Let's see what Fat Joe and Jaden Core had to say in this little clip, man.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, that's going to be the one that's going to be the one. And he mentored him up to, he became the man. Why are you looking at me like that, Jaden? I'm just looking at you, my brother. It's like, oh, this guy, he's a funny dude, bro. Let me tell you something. So that was your toughest fight. Is there any records you're out to break? Is there anything that you got your eye on that you like, yo, I gotta have that? That's something I need to do.
They fucked up what I really could have did, but I was gonna have 2 belts in one weight class, and I wanted to be able to like go really do what I wanted, but they stripped me out of my belt at 135 pounds, really for no reason. But
that like a money? Is that like some fake extortion shit going on?
Like
with
button,
yeah,
y'all.
it is.
Right?
It is. It's
80
like
people in the building. They like button.
Break that down. Both of y'all break it down because I'm confused.
when you win a belt,
Pay that.
I gotta learn. I'm trying to learn.
When you win a belt, you gotta pay to be able to keep your belt. So I paid them,
not in free.
Didn't keep one more, right?
Yeah. No, what they did to me is fucked up because when I fought Williams Zepeda for the 135 title, I paid them after the fight. After that, I moved up for the Teofimo fight at 140 pounds. They belt don't got nothing to do with that fight. But they're asking me for double of what I paid them after my last fight.
You won that fight.
For me to go up to 140 pounds and keep my belt, I gotta pay double. That shit only they really got mad at Terrence Crawford.
He's supposed
They had a real beef with them and then they try to take it out on me. So but I really don't even like speaking on that shit. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And people, I've seen people trying to go at him saying, "Oh, you try to bring Bud into this, man. Shut up." Do y'all know they asked him directly about his relationship with Bud and they ain't had nothing to do with nothing? So they did try to use, you get what I'm saying, that the situation with Bud and then try to strong arm little bro. Couldn't get big bro or little bro. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't beat. So I like it, man. Look, I'm glad he ain't really bad mouthing him. He just standing on the square, bro. That ain't, I don't respect that. I gave y'all a heads up after paying y'all for the fight, for the belt that I defended against Zepeda. I think that about 7 months ago. And then you know, I go make this fight. I gave y'all a heads up. Y'all said okay. And y'all waited till the fight get announced, till purses start being discussed. Then you start sending emails out for 120,000. Extortion, man, in its worst way. Them extortion fees to me.
It's similar to the Hollywood Walk of Fame breaking news, guys. I hate to tell you, you pay for that, guys. You request, can I get the star? You pay. I don't know the fence. I don't know the barbershops. No.
You know when you get a star?
You don't. It ain't like you won the Grammy.
Yeah.
You copped it. And
it ain't like you didn't know that. Her 2-time felon. They ain't teach you that.
Pay for the star. Then you gotta pay a housekeeper to keep
double, bro,
up the park.
120.
Yeah, you can't come through and shine your own star for no reason. Yeah. By the way, you buy that shit. So when they be like, "Oh, I'm surprised. How did I ever win?"
And you gotta pay more taxes on. Man, hell no. Nah.
They're gonna get mad at me because it ain't like you pull up. You pull up and you be like, "Oh my God, I want to." They be acting like that.
Let's go half on one.
Fuck that. Does somebody want to sponsor my star out there?
Let's go half on the star.
On the Joe and Jada star, can someone, we legendary, by the way. I don't know if you know fuck rap.
You need a star.
This show right here is killing these people. Like they want to commit suicide. We should hand out razor blades and cyanide to the other podcasters. They're getting their ass whipped. This shit is turnkey.
Damn, Joe.
We opened the door, and now look, Shakur season. ASAP Ferg was just on. Dr. J was on the game. It's nowhere. It's standing room only. In fact, we have a list of people we love and we respect. Right? I heard other podcasters say, "Yo, it's hard to get." Well, we don't. We have a list of A1 celebrities standing by. Like, put me in, coach. Put me in the game. And me and him gotta. Yeah, he's cool. I only heard.
Yo, just the fact that we know all he do, he exaggerate everything, bro. You just gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Every story he tell, he amplified times 3.
Heard him say one time, "Hell no," and that was my man too. I ain't gonna say. You want me to say it? You want me to say it? You want me to say it? You don't want me to say it. That motherfucker was like, "Hell no." I was almost like, "Oh my God, what did he do to Kiss?"
It was a rapper?
Yeah. Then he's just like, "He's not coming on." I said, "Whoa." I said, "Damn, Kiss ain't fucking with him. Let him just chill." I guess this.
Who don't rock with Jada, man? Mr. Never.
No,
had
Kelly's great.
verse
We got to give her our props. She just left.
Nah, Kelly, I like
Kiss, man. He not being realistic. And listen, let me tell you something. I'm proud of everybody on this staff and the contributions y'all bring to the game. Because if me and Kiss just did this on our own, we definitely wouldn't have had this kind of fluidity. No matter what, we could have hired a cameraman. We could have this. whatever. But the way that shit coming in, like I said, turnkey, you guys, this, at first they was trying to compete. Now they like, yo, let them have it. This shit out of control. Like these guys, we might bring the.
Shout out to everybody streaming, podcasting, creating content, and just trying to grow their own shit.
Pope on
I
this
rock
shit.
with all of it, man.
This shit out of control right
to do
here.
their
Like,
thing.
Well, you was with Obama, so you got to make that happen first.
let me tell you about the Obama. Okay?
Nah, we don't want to hear about the Obama. My bad, y'all. I got another clip too where they brought up Haney. It was two different ones. Hold on, man. Let me see something.
Obama don't know how many Spanish people I made. He will ever know trying to get the Spanish, the Latino community to vote for him. I know his wife, I met her 10 times.
Hey, man, great interview with Wally Moses, man. That joint was fire, dog. More great work, man. I go check out Bringing the Heat interview, man, with Behind Hands TV and Wally Moses, man. It's a good listen, man.
I never met Obama.
Dope bill.
I wanted, if you go to any rich person's house, I don't give a fuck who, the real rich, the minute you walk in, they got Ronald Reagan, they got Trump, they got Clinton, they got that's the biggest flex in any 20 million plus mansion. They got a president picture with them right there. I got a bunch of presidents. I
ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm corny, but that shit corny.
Yeah. I got Bill Clinton with the TS's on. He's in a little bit of island scandal.
Yeah.
But we chilling. We took him off the wall for now, right? Yo. But Obama, I said, when I'm checking in, they go, Obama in there.
Man.
Well, Obama knew who Fat Joe was like that. Miss Obama was putting in like, yo, he's our guy.
Of course, Fat Joe talking about all his stories.
Thank you, Miss Obama. Yo, let's take a pic. By the time I turned around, Obama kept trying to smile for a pic. Every basketball 7-footer was jumping right away. Hey, Mr.
He created the word fit. Like he real fit. He could spin a yarn.
Right.
You gotta know his name.
I'm gonna you know, I don't know shit, man. What the fuck is your problem? You know, I'll explain them and you'll tell me who. But I know him. Devin Haney, right?
Yeah.
Ever since he got touched, he been fighting scared. That is not a lie. That is not none. He's still so talented to beat these guys, but somebody rung his bell to where the man not the same. He not the same after he even though he won the belt, even though he won the last 2-3 fights, even though he's fighting scared. I don't like that. What do you think about Devin Haney?
I think that a scared man is a man that's kind of hard to beat sometimes.
Dangerous.
Because when they scared, they scariness can help them out in the ring. So, I mean, I think he'll a solid fighter. He's not a bad fighter. So, he definitely knows what he's doing. His dad gonna make sure he comes in shape. So, if they want to make it happen, I'm down. But I know
shit! I didn't know we was out here brokering fights.
Hard Rock.
Yo, Devin Haney, what's up? Hard Rock bets. Yo, Devin Haney.
But it got to
be called.
Look, I get it with all the Devin Haney fight scary stuff. Look, I'll say this. You know, the first time, obviously, with Jose Ramirez, he looked very unsettled in that fight, but he still got it done. I'll tell you exactly how he fight with no emotion, no narrative involved. He fight like a guy that got his bell rung a few times. He fight like a guy that, you know, took some risk in a fight that didn't go in his way. Like he fight like a guy that's learned to a degree not to so much make that mistake. So much so that people will call it being scary. But I think he just went back to what got him winning. And I think in doing so, he's still putting the pieces back together slowly but surely. And we've seen back-to-back fights when he's been able to do that. And, you know, he didn't get his punch output, you know, in terms of punches landed, should I say, higher than 70. But both two different guys, two different performances, you know, similar, you know, exact same number of punches landed, but different performances, different outcomes. The Brian Norman fight was obvious what he needed it for. I think he's still slowly putting the pieces back together while going back to what got him here in the first place. And that's eliminating your chances at beating him, landing your shot, getting it off on him. Like, I think that, you know, as long as he can, he's going to make sure that he's never knocked down 2-3 times, 4 or 5 times, whatever you want to call it, in no fight. And some could call it scary all they want, but I just call it a guy that's learned. And yeah, he could be still fighting a bit unsettled and, you know, trying to put it all back together. But I think he learned. I don't think y'all seen that shit once. Don't count on him making that same kind of mistake again, giving you that kind of fight where he's going against his best interests to make a fight entertaining. He did that shit once and he got cheated while he was doing it. And then people turned on him. So I don't think he's ever going back to that. And I rock with it. Do what got you here. You know, put yourself in the best position possible every single time you're in the ring, because they ain't going to never forgive you if you take a loss. You lose, they're going to treat them 33 wins that you got like it was nothing. They're going to treat the undisputed that you got 35 like it was nothing. They're going to treat the titles that you won at 40 and at 47 like it never happened and you never done it. So, look, for the pure boxers, Devin Haney's represent. Shout out to him. He doing his thing, but I wouldn't say he fighting scared. I get Fat Joe, and I think he got more of a casual approach too. So that's what that is. He fights scared. Yeah, you can say I think he's fighting more cautious, and you can see it because we know what happened in one fight, and we looking and expecting him to take so many more chances. But I think in reality, he's doing what he need to do. He's bringing the necessary tools for the job, and he executing, and people just gonna have to live with that. He gave y'all what y'all wanted once, and look how that worked out for him. Now it's back to his rinse, wash, and repeat. It's back to staying behind the jab, staying long, being elusive, being hard to hit, and just boxing y'all guys' heads off. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Doing exactly what you need to do to win fights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. Definitely more cautious. Shout out to Ryan, man. Good Friday, my guy. Boxing fans are the worst, bro. They are. They are. I'm telling you, had one bad performance to take an L, Ryan, you ain't no more. So he's fighting definitely more cautious. I think he's fighting a lot more aware and conscious of making that big mistake and allowing a guy to crack him. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I ain't mad at him. Man. Shout out to Devin Haney. But let's keep rolling, man. Play the rest of this.
Hold up, beloved.
It gotta make
was
sense.
good with it.
Long as the business and everything makes sense with it, we can make the fight happen.
Now I don't respect your answer because I think you want to fight him for the big payday.
Nah, it ain't the payday.
He's
just the
scared
fact
to
that
death.
at the end of the day, me and him is not at the same weight class. So it got to make
go
sense.
up.
I would have to go up.
You got to come down.
Or really, because now people kind of overrate that big fights need belts.
My bad, John. Let me pull this back up. I hate when I do that. Big fights need belts. They really don't, though. They really don't. I mean, they don't. You know what I mean? I think fights are for the belts. I mean, for the belts are for the fighters. You say it's what fight official? You talking about Rolly and I'll play the little clip in a second after this because we're gonna talk about Devin and I got an interview from Rolly in a second too. He was doing it with what's his name? What's his buddy name? Mr. Versace. Nah, Corey ain't going to 47 right now. You know what I'm saying? Corey ain't going to 47 right now. Yeah, Bill confirmed it.
Baby. Yeah. And they was like, yo, that's gonna be the one that's gonna be the one that he Obama don't know how many Spanish people.
Oh, man, you know what? So that, you know what? I'll just go to the Bill Haney clip. Yeah, so basically he just you know, he kind of ripped Haney for the way he fight. And look, I know a lot of people gonna call it scary, but I think it's easy to call somebody scary. But I think the minute you decide to take that walk up the steps and step in a square circle, all that scary stuff go out the window, man. He ain't scary. He fighting smarter. He fighting more cautious. Some would say timid. I could go with that. But scary, nah, I don't think he's scary. Get what I'm saying? It's just you can tell he's making a conscious effort to make sure that guys not getting off them big shots on him. And again, I respect it, like, but criticism or assessment should be both ways. Like, I get it. You might feel like he's fighting this way, but is it working? People never ask themselves, is it working? You get what I'm saying? He's showing why can't he be showing the fact that he's learned from past mistakes? maybe he learned. Maybe he's showing, hey, look, man, I learned from this shit. I ain't doing this again. It could be that, you know what I mean? And as people get it, the way he's
outside the Mike Tyson Invitational. Bill, how's it going?
They're gonna say it's scary. They're gonna say he fighting like he don't want to be in there, but I think he fighting like a guy that got clipped and caught and cheated, and you can see that. And it is what it is. Cornelius was good with it. I feel like as long as it's working, can't knock it. Yeah, when they don't be knowing what weight they in, cause that be that casual stuff. So this was shout out to Poet. This was Bill Haney confirming the fight for y'all, bro.
What it is, and you know who I'm here for, and who I'm here with.
Who you here for? Who you here with?
The rematch is on in a few short hours. What time we fight? Number 16. I think it's like
6 p.m.
6 p.m. 6 p.m.
Hey, so I seen the video in the chat online is you were robbed last time, right? So now we got the rematch. What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna leave no doubt this time. No doubt.
So you gonna stop him?
I'm gonna try. So even if it doesn't come, I'm gonna win by great long slide. Like I'm
We about to put him on him. Everybody tune in. Listen, tune in live on the zone. Mike Tyson Invitational, doing everything to bring the sport back for the kids and everything. Look, it's an amazing event, and we're ready to go.
You go. Hey, real quick, Rolly was here last night.
It's not about Rolly, but it is about Rolly because Devin gonna put it on his ass May 31st, Las Vegas. You heard it from me.
Y'all heard it from me? Is there any update on a potential fight with Devin Haney? No, hold on, what time with it?
Yeah, it appears that it's been about a week and they still haven't signed a contract.
So they got a contract, it's been a week, no signature.
No signature.
Is he running? Is he scared?
I don't know. Only time will tell. But I'll tell you like this, I mean, he said it himself, he said him a favorable offer. I don't know what's the big delay on it, you know?
When you say...
You know, it might take a little while to read them big words in that contract.
So when you say favorable offer, how favorable?
Well, he said it himself. He said it was a great offer. And he did not say anything bad about the offer.
It sounds like he should just sign it then if it's a great offer.
Yeah. But who knows? It's looking like it might get done May 30th here in Las Vegas.
Okay. All right. What's the outcome going to be?
God knows.
God knows. All right.
All right, so that's Mr. Crayon special. You know what I mean? But look, I don't know if y'all caught that. It sounded like Bill Haney said May 31st, not May 30th. It sounded like it could have been a slip of the tongue when he said May 31st, but it sounded like Bill was saying May 31st. We gonna be, or we gonna beat Rolly up or whatever it is he just said right there. So, I mean, you hear that Rolly saying they got a contract. He's been saying it. He had went on Shannon Sharp and to talk with Shannon Sharp and him too. This was a little short clip from the show.
Well, how's everything, man? Where you at right now?
I'm in Vegas.
You in Vegas? I want to start off early. Do you have anything lined up for this year for us to see Mr. Action Jackson Rolly in the ring this year?
I think we have Devin lined up for May. At the end of May, so I mean, it's been a whole week now, and they're still trying to go back, and they don't want to sign the contract. But I mean, it's looking like they will.
What weight are we fighting at? 40, 47? What you looking at, Rolly?
47. Woo. It'd be us unifying belts, the WBA and the WBL.
So you want two belts? You ain't satisfied with one?
Nah, I'm happy with anything.
So Rolly and Devin, we're looking at something around May. We're looking at something around 8 weeks from now.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't fight Devin now either.
Why?
He's a woman.
So that he went there and he said that too. So look, I think they gonna fight. I think it's the fight that make. I think Devin Haney could be playing a bit of the long game, y'all. I guess 80 people in the building. Hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Support the channel. We're gonna rock for a bit more. I gotta pull up this interview from Rolly. He interviewed with Mr. Versace. Look, I ain't mad at this. Let's go, Rolly. Let's go. Rolly is a wild card. I mean, he upset the apple card one time. Could he do it again? I doubt it. I think Devin Haney's a whole different challenge for him, but You know what? Anything can happen. He is wild. He's reckless. He bold, right? He brave. He will take chances. He a bit more patient. Let's see. Let's see. Calling Devin a woman getting beat up is crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, because Cal said 8. They're getting his ass beat. Oh, you talking about dude? Oh, yes. You a fool, bro. Yeah, man. I think Devin gonna try to make him pay for that shit, though, man. But look, it's a cool fight, man. Make the fight. It's an odd unification, but it's one that I could get behind because it gives us some movement in the division that needs some some motion. You get what I'm saying? It's a division that needs motion, and I think, like I said, I think that makes the Ryan fight even bigger, slightly, if Ryan is still there, man. And he mentioned that early in the video as well, so we clearly know what their plans are, and it's nothing new. They like to move 2 steps at a time, and that's what they're gonna try to do. The next 2 fights I expect to be a Rolly and a Ryan, right? Fight them both. Taking Devin 70-30, pursue Devin and Rolly. Yeah, man. Me too. Yeah, what the hell? People just be saying anything. Boxing is a thriving sport, man. It would do better if people spoke better about the sport. People really did the homework instead of just trashing it at every chance they get. You get what I'm saying? So which one do I want to pull up, man? Which one we going with from Rolly, man? Rolly didn't really talk down on Dad. Rolly actually boxed, man. Rolly been trolling Dad for the longest. PGH begged out. You know what I'm saying? Rolly shout out, man. Hold on.
Why do you think Devin Haney is so cautious as a fighter, bro? Well, how come he doesn't have knockouts?
You know, it really comes down to his inferior genetics. He has a very weak body frame with sloppy legs, and he just has genetics. He got those genetics from Bill.
From his dad, huh? Is there a fight in the future with you and Haney?
Would it really be considered a fight if he just ran the whole time? If Devin Haney can get an actual knockout, I'll fight him.
Was there anything good in that fight that you took away from him and say, hey, he still has skills here?
I couldn't watch the fight because I was warming up. I didn't want to fall asleep in the dressing room.
Damn. Wow. Shots fired.
Yeah, he been going at Devin for the longest, bro. He talking about his nose, his lips. He always talking about how he looks. Something on Devin. So I think I just want to see the fight. The sparring was interesting because Devin was getting some hands on Rolly ass, man. You know what I mean? Them wild ass shots wasn't working against Devin. Devin was putting hands on him. And let's keep going before I play this interview from Rolly.
It's just more of the same with Tank. You had the rematch with Lamont set up, and you ran from that. Then you do the Jake thing, and that falls through. So it's just like he got a.
Not that.
And I hope.
And I hope Devin don't blow this. I hope he don't blow this opportunity that we gave him. We giving him an opportunity of a lifetime. Floyd wanted to make this fight a while back. This the opportunity. There's a lot of things you can do with this crossover. You can show people that you can sell. You don't need a sugar daddy. You can show people all these things. You enroll it. It's a 50-50 fight. See, you've been calling people out for years, but I ain't really ever seen you send no paperwork. But everybody got that name of being a duck. Now, the ball is in your court. What you gonna do? This motherfucker calling you out. This motherfucker blew your motherfucker cousin head all right in front of you, and you motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. But hey, just do what you gotta do. That ball's in your court. What you gonna do? I wanna know what Debo gonna do. He gonna fight or what? We want this fight. I've been calling for this fight. He wanna goddamn be the face of boxing. This right here, the damn fight that can help him do it. And the company to help him do it. CBC know exactly what they do.
We gonna find out. We sure is gonna find out. I think Devin got that fight though, man. I just don't think Rolly gonna be able to do much with him, bro. Don't. Hold on. I don't think so. I think he gonna have issues, bro. Nah, I don't want to get that one up yet. Not that one. He gonna have some issues. Technique was good with the dad by the school, Rolly. I think so too. Box him. And Rolly gonna have to sell out, I believe, at some point. I think he gonna have to sell out to get any of what he won off on Devin. I think he just got to sell out, bro. Because I don't see him being able to box him from range and just deal with that. I see that being difficult. So, Rolly gonna have to close the gap, and Devin gonna have to keep him on the outside behind that jab and make things difficult for him moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Rough him up. Like, that's what you got to do. You can't box him. The thing is, if Rolly go in there boxing, he definitely getting outboxed, in my opinion. You go in there boxing if you want to. Younger gonna box your head off, clean off. Box your joint clean off. Let's pull this up, man. Mr. Versace and Rolly, man. Big Rolo. Let's show Big Rolo some love today, man. You can put a little 30-minute interview, man. Yeah, telling you, I watch out for that wild ass hook. Telling you, because he'll get to it. Don't let him land. That's all I'm saying.
Combat competition or your mindset as far as
Shout out to
how
Big
you
Rolo,
act
man.
as a boxer.
Oh, no. I mean, if we're going to talk about that, my mindset was shaped by my dad more than anything.
Okay.
Shit, when I did judo, like my dad, like he'd try to make me do mitts and stuff as a kid, right? And if I didn't do it, bro, I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go my dad would spoil me endlessly if I did it. But I never did. My sister always did everything. I never did anything. Even when I did judo, right, I'd lose tournaments, and shoot, my dad would beat me when I lost tournaments. My dad was really, really hard on me. So, I mean, that made me hyper competitive on its own.
And speaking of that, you were a high-level judo competitor. Your sister as well. She was on the national level, on a championship level, I believe.
Yeah, she's a 7-time national champion. I could count on one hand the amount of time she lost. Yeah, she was really great at what she did.
By going into that type of competition, winning, losing, training, did that kind of put the building blocks for when you went to boxing?
No, I've always been competitive. If I do something, I'm going to try to be the best at it. If not, I'm wasting my time, right? Yeah. That's why I don't put my energy into so many different things, where it's like I put into what I want to be best at, whether it's, whether it was judo or boxing or anything else that may be going on in my life.
And what made you
I seen me play that video of Rolly doing judo the other day. It was like a minute clip. He took that kid, snatched him, and threw him down immediately. Yo, Rolly was a brown belt in judo, and the only reason he didn't get the black belt, did he say he was too young? I forget what he said. It took me a second. I was seeing Kyle putting them numbers, and then I caught on
ultimately to boxing. Like, when did that decision finally come to you? I'm done with judo. This is what I want to do now.
Well, like I said, my dad was a boxer, so he tried to force me to do it as a kid. I never did it. And like I said, he was really hard on me. And a judo place had opened up right in front of where me and my mother and my sister were living at the time, and my mom took me over there. And so we started, and my dad got heavily involved, like how a supportive father does, and he was really hard on me. But what happened was I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And we were watching the Olympics in 2012 for judo, and boxing came. My dad's all excited, all this stuff around. I'm like, why are you excited about these guys? These guys don't even hit each other. These guys. My dad started being like, oh, you're a coward. You want to do this? He didn't use those words. He used other words, right? But I'm like, he's like, you're a coward. You want to do this? I'm like, man, I'll beat these guys up, right? And so my dad took me to the gym the next day, and I put on the gloves. I broke somebody's nose. The next day, he took me to the gym again. I broke somebody else's nose, right? And my dad's like confused, right? I'm like, because, it made me hit pads. I just hit it like boom, boom, 'cause I didn't want to do it. And he's like, hit me. And I'm like, I ain't going to hit you. You're going to hit me. He's like, no, hit me as hard as you can. I'm like, no. He's like, no, for real, do it. I hit him, boom. And my dad was impressed because of how hard I hit. And I was like, well, I'm going to finish this last tournament in December. And I did that last tournament in judo, and then I started boxing in December of 2012.
And a couple of years later, I know you quit.
He started boxing in 2012, man. This dude was a late bloomer, man. That's why I say Rolly's an overachiever, low key. You can say what you want about him, but he found a way to make the most out of the opportunities he got.
With the eye of Floyd Mayweather Jr., he saw you
Can't knock it.
sparring, tuning a couple of guys up.
Saved his
Was
life.
that at the Mayweather Boxing Club?
Yeah.
And that's back when they used to have those doghouse sessions where guys would just get picked out and go in there, and guys would crowd the ring.
Yeah,
and
I ain't even gonna lie. That time was like, it was life or death. It was life or death. But I mean, if all I had was my power and my, I don't want to say, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say anyways, right? My balls, right?
Yeah.
If that's all I had, then that's all was needed, you know. You just, you know, at that point you just got to outdog whether you're hurt or not, or any.
Like, here's something that you won't. Here's a perspective that you won't hear most people. A lot of people speak on with Rolly. Like, they'll tell you how he sucked, how he trash. He not that good. Can't really box. Guy ain't got no IQ. But think about that, and think about some of the people he stepped in the ring with, which you feeling like him missing or not having none of that stuff, and he's still willing to go in there and fight. That's why I gotta respect it, man. He gonna go in there and fight. You can go in there, man. You already know, man. Shout out to you, Will. Appreciate you. T Hill, my dog, the mayor. Salute the Rolly, man. That's why I say I respect these dudes' backstories. He's doing some judo and then switched over to boxing late, and he's doing pretty decent for himself, man. Pretty damn well for himself.
That's the big guy just keep throwing and throwing. It's the same thing in a boxing fight.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I fight to the death in a boxing fight every single time, no matter what. Ain't nobody see me quit or anything. I swing, I don't stop. So that's how it is. You can't just give up just because things get hard.
Were there any like seasoned guys that they threw you in with back then that you remember that, you know, Floyd saw you fighting with and said, you know, this kid's got something?
I don't want to throw no names.
You don't want to throw those names.
I don't want to throw those names. You know, I'm cool with all of them, honestly.
When did
we all came up together?
When did the moment come when Floyd came to you and finally said, you know, I think you've got something?
I came to Floyd.
Oh, you came to him.
I was like, he was there. He was all excited. I'm like, Champ, sign me. He's like, oh, works. I'm like, Champ, sign me. He gave me his number, and next day I was signed. That was on August 20th of 2016.
So how?
I only had 35 amateur fights
going into the pros.
Yeah,
look, 35 amateur fights, bro. 35 amateur fights, and then with 14 fights in, he fighting Tank. So I'm just giving people a different way to look at Rolly. Like, you only can do what you can do. You are who you are. You got what you got, right? For him to pick it up late, be in the ring with some of these guys, gotta respect it. Like, think about it. He fought Tank, Ryan. And he might have Devin on his resume. Tank, Ryan, and Devin on his resume. Lost to Tank, beat Ryan, and got an opportunity to beat Devin. He got an opportunity, right? Think about that. Think about Rolly. Think about it. Think about it. Can you name another fighter that fought all three of them? And Big Watch Barroso. Big Watch Barroso. Hey, Jordan Ron Sims said Barroso is the hardest puncher he had to pass for. Shout out to my dog behind the hands TV for that gym. Trending in the right direction, right? You can only do what you could do. He got God in his life. He sound like he at peace. He happy. Rolly chill. He's still a little awkward and weird, but that's Rolly. But he in the mix, bro. Big Rolly in the mix at 47. Y'all don't like it. Y'all got to beat him. Somebody got to kick his ass.
I might be the fastest person ever to get signed to a major promoter. Because I started boxing in December of 2012. I got signed in August of 20. So what? That 3.5 years.
Yeah.
About 3.5.
No. Talking about he the fastest.
Yeah, 3.5. About 3.5 years because it was about 2013 now.
So how's your relationship with Floyd now in the present?
It's good. Yeah.
What do you think about he's starting to get a little active himself. Looks like he's got fighting Greece lined up. He's got Mike Tyson lined up. He's taken an actual sanctioned fight against Pacquiao in the rematch on Netflix.
I mean, this has been long awaited, no? They've been waiting for this, no?
I don't know. Last time I heard Pacquiao's name, your name was in the mix.
I know, but yeah, Pacquiao, they kind of just blew that one. And this was long. They had already blew it before Floyd was even in the picture, so it was already dead before Floyd came in the picture.
Is that part of the reason why? Because the last time we saw you got a really huge win, one of the biggest wins of last year, big upset, get a world title. Everyone expected to see you back at least before the end of the year. Was the discussions for Pacquiao what kind of delayed things? Because you kind of
the thing is, me and Ryan had an automatic rematch clause.
Okay,
but the original deal was he was supposed to rematch Devin and then rematch me, right? So, but the thing is, for some reason, I don't know what happened, but Devin and Ryan didn't end up rematching, right? That's not my concern or my problem, right? But so me and Ryan had a rematch. We had the whole deal set up, and he just decided not to take it. So at the time, Pacquiao and Barrios were fighting, so I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'll just fight whoever wins that, right? And it was a draw. So it was like, okay, now, but you get Pacquiao calling me out, and then, so we thought that was going to be a done deal, and then, things get a little complicated, and then, Ryan and Barrios end up getting the fight, and so it was like that, but,
Pacquiao and Rolly would be wild, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. What if he land one of them joints on old Manny, old Senor Manny, old Grandpa Manuel, man?
I'm so happy I didn't fight in that time because I wasn't right, and I needed time. I needed time to focus on myself.
You were ringside for Ryan's fight with Barrios. After you beat Ryan, a lot of people said maybe Ryan's done. He's not there anymore, but he looked far from done against Barrios.
I mean, it's just the opponent he fought, though. I got his number down. We could fight 1,000,000 times. I beat him 1,000,000 times.
Does that set the stage for a potential rematch? Now that he's got a world title, you got a title.
Look, what me and Ryan did at the end of it was history. With, and I called this years ago when we were both at 135, they were like, are you and Ryan gonna fight? I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna fight today. He was like, what about 140? They were like, what about 140? I'm like, man, that's a no-name division. I was like, me and Ryan are gonna fight at welterweight. It's gonna be one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Look at this. We shut down Times Square.
140 got more talent in it than 147. 140 got more names and I think more competitive fights and better matchups to make than 147. I don't know what the hell. I never agreed with Rolly when he said that 140 is a no-name division. That shit sounds stupid. Imagine saying a division is no name and you in it. You make it something then. You know what I'm saying? Then you should have been able to run the table in that no-name division. But 140 is talented and is deep. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of guys that you could potentially get your ass beat by. 147 has less guys. And it's more wide open because it doesn't have as much talent as 140 does. He got to know that. He got to know that. This ain't the 147 that Earl with Earl.
Never going to be done again.
And Boots.
I don't think that'll ever be done again.
Thurman, Sean Porter. This ain't
not any. I don't know if it'll be done in my lifetime.
That's what I'm saying, right? And I was blessed because I knew that was gonna. I knew that was gonna happen years ago. I knew we weren't gonna fight though. I knew we were gonna fight at welterweight. And look at this, right? I know the rematch between me and him would be a lot bigger. Because I just know it's going to be a lot bigger.
I mean, you're a guy, even though you've been out, you've got, seems like a ton of options on the table. I mean, you could go to Ryan route. You got Conor Ben, who seems to want a piece of you.
No, Ryan ducked, Conor ducked, Pacquiao ducked. Another unnamed fighter I'm not going to bring up ducked. So, yeah.
Well, one guy you mentioned earlier who says he's chomping at the bit to fight you is WBO champion Devin Haney. He claims that he thinks this fight will happen. From your side, do you think the fight will happen?
I mean, we sent him a contract a week ago. He still hasn't signed it. Debo Dev. Everyone is scared of, but I mean, shoot, it ain't no fun. Rolly got the gun. Ain't no fun. It's like, man,
Rolly,
if you're really that adamant on making the fight, and he said we sent a good deal. We sent a great offer. and he still has yet to sign
at
it.
this stage.
So they still thinking about some stuff. Who knows?
He tripping.
Not my problem anymore. I had already taken the initiative.
Pacquiao supposed to be fighting Floyd. How the hell he done?
Do I believe that there is hopes that the fight will happen? I do believe so. But in boxing, you never know.
Now,
In
Ryan
boxing,
had an
this is how
opportunity-
boxing
Ryan
works.
Arguably, did
Everyone calls each other out and nothing happens. Me, I don't call
Ryan
nobody out or any of that stuff because
that rematch.
what for? Why am I gonna give people free promotion if they're not gonna even fight me, right? And then who gets blamed when fights don't get made? Me.
I feel him there, man. But you talking about giving people promotion that are bigger names than you.
Single time, everyone want to go say, "Oh, and the only person that gets blamed all the time is me." But I fought everybody. I mean, I shouldn't be where I'm at with 19 fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But regardless, right? I'll say it right. With boxing, everyone calls each other out. Nothing happens. Okay. Now you get people actually sign a contract. You think something's going to happen. Somebody packed the day before the fight. You get to the weigh-in. Now you really think the fight's going to happen. Okay, and guess what? Somebody pulls out the day of the fight. I mean, it happened the other day, no?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You never
People, what it is, Kyle, people had options probably to fight them. And, you know, like you said, probably nobody agreed to terms. Guys be having more than, I guess, one option. You get me? And I'm tired of hearing somebody ducked when they go in another direction. It just be sounding stupid. It sound uninformed. Like everything is not about a duck. Sometimes guys just go find a better deal, a better offer, a better situation for themselves. And that's just what it be.
never know what's going to happen in boxing until you get in the ring, right? And even when you get in the ring, look what happened with that dude that fought FA job, but just walks out the ring. Like I said, you never.
That was Curtis Harper that walked out the ring with FA job, but he said it was something about money though. Why he waited that long to walk out is beyond me, but he definitely waited.
Know what happens in boxing. Just sit down and be patient and enjoy the show, because it's not gonna be forever.
Now, you're pretty vocal about who you respect and who you don't respect in the game. Where does Haney rate on, I guess, the Rolly ranking system on, as far as a skilled fighter or a guy you respect on what he does, or does it depend on if he signs the contract for the fight?
Haney on Twitter, there's no respect. Haney in person, he doesn't speak. So I mean, he's just a chill kid. Devin Haney is like a rock. Devin Haney, he's right there. You could place the rock right there. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything. He's just there. You can't like him. You don't hate him, but you don't like him. He's just there, Now, Devin Haney on Twitter, because he's a keyboard warrior, he think he's a big tough guy, so on the internet, but then in person, he's just the most quiet person I've ever seen in my life.
Now, speaking of that, like you mentioned earlier, where you've got
Blazing and the name Donzilla, yeah, you probably teenager, early 20s. Man, some stuff I gotta learn to ignore, but it's Friday. We build boxing up, bro. I know that you used to people telling you how trash Rolly is, how he suck, right? How he can't fight, how he don't got no IQ, how he a low level guy. You're not used to hearing the real. You used to hearing the same rhetoric. Was not you 51 using the word glazing, man. I question you, bro. I question you. 51 years and you talking like them youngins, man. you 51 talking about glazing? Yeah, yeah. Some people you might be 51, but you don't type like it. You don't type like it. You 51. And the first thing you decide to come in the chat and say, not say what's up to the content creator like a man. You don't come in like a 51-year-old man that lived 51 years will come in and be like, yo, what's good, just do? You know what I mean? You don't come in and say that, but you come in and say glazing like an old ass goofy, right? Like an old ass goofy. You get what I'm saying? Glazing. Shut your goofy ass up, man. Learn to listen to boxing, man. You live 51 years to be dumb. You talking about glazing? 51 years old. Glazing is for the kids, you old fuck. Old goof. And I'm only saying it like that because you're an old idiot, bro. 51 for how many people in here? You're an old idiot, man. Seriously. I don't know nobody 50 years old that's running around here talking about glazing. That's some shit them kids made up, like the high schoolers, the elementary, the grade school kids, bro. You don't talk like that. You don't talk like that. And then at 51 years old, I ain't even block you. At 51 years old, now you talking like, you talking that. You talking that type of weirdo shit. So you ain't 50. You a 51-year-old goofy, man, an old fart. You know what I'm saying? An old fart, man. That probably should have got swallowed, bro. You come in here talking like a YN, talking about I'm 51. 51, what, 51 months old, bro? 51. 51, not 51 years. You live 51 years talking about glazing, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? You idiot. Fool, man. Old 50, 51, old fart. You supposed to be an OG at that age. You're an old-ass idiot, bro. Coming here talking about glazing. Because let me guess. I'm supposed to be telling you how Rolly suck, how he can't fight. But imagine it. He trash, right? But he'd beat your ass at 51, 61, 41, 21. Rolly would whoop your ass. If you got into the boxing ring with Rolly and your name Donzilla, you bogus, man. You don't act your age at all. You don't type your age. Your name ain't your age. You just an old goofy. You lost. Probably having an identity crisis. That's why you lost. You come to a channel called Just Do Boxing expecting to hear the rhetoric. Bro, you old fart, bro. You ain't even acting your age, G. You ain't even acting your age, man. I'm disappointed, man. Shout out to my guy, Aunt McQueen. Talking about wipe your mouth. Well, you're not no real man talking like that, bro. You're not 51 years old talking like that, you goofball. Old ass goofy. Let me guess. I was supposed to tell you how Rolly suck. He can't fight. He ain't really a champion, but Rosto beat his ass. Y'all don't get tired of hearing the same old rhetoric over and over. If it's trash, why you hear the way you type, talk, your name trash, the way you think is trash, the way you view boxing is trash. You calling a dude that'll knock you out is trash. You calling a dude trash that'll knock you out. You get what I'm saying? Rolly will beat your ass. If you got sons, he'll beat their asses too. And then so on and so forth. Old goofy. Damn, bro. You think about it. That's why boxing is in the space that it's in, because you got you old farts like you that sit around slandering these young fighters. You can't beat Rolly. You couldn't do shit with him. You couldn't do nothing with him. You will get in the ring with Rolly and hit you with one of them damn nyats. Put your old ass out, man. Y'all hear? Oh, goofy dude come through here talking that dumb shit. Teach. What's good with it? What's good with it, Teach? And I'm only making time because it's Friday. I'm only making time for your old goofy ass. Come here. You're supposed to be an OG at that age. You're an old fart, bro. 50. I'm 51. You're glazing Rolly, you damn fool. You lost. The algorithm got you in the wrong place, dummy. You gonna hear boxing get built up, you old fart. That's what you need to be doing. Breathe life into boxing instead of complaining about these dudes. That's what you do. At your age, you hating on a young man. Rolly is in a good space. And I guarantee you, furthermore, because I'm going to cook you because you talking disrespectfully. I guarantee you, Rolly doing better than you in life. This is the thing, you weird ass waste of a sperm cell. You know who Rolly is. He don't know who you are. You know who he is to call him trash. He don't even know you exist. Imagine that. You sat and watched Rolly fight on TV. You watched his interviews. Furthermore, you in here with a channel talking about Rolly. Goofy man. Huh? You old fool, bro. You're an old fool. You lived 51 years to waste your time, bro. First, you had nothing to offer to the chat but disrespect and rhetoric. Man, get your old ass on, man. I treat people like you, bro. And if you was in my face, your old ass would never say nothing like that. I'd grab you by your little ass neck, do something to you. Goofy ass dude. Rolly is an overachiever. You ignorant old man. He picked up the sport. What'd he say? 16, 17 years old? I don't give a fuck what you say. He overachieved, and I mean that. I meant everything I said about Rolly. Rolly's a likable guy because through all the wins, the losses, he's still here. He don't give a damn. He'll fight. Nobody that Ryan Garcia not trash. Rolly beat Ryan. I don't think Rolly trash. I don't think Rolly oh yeah, he really an old goofy. Now he talking about slapping my mom and shit. I might slap my mom the way she was talking the last time. Yeah, you want to slap shit, you old fart. Tony, what's good, man? Back to giving Rolly his just due. I didn't know giving Rolly his just due pissed you off. So sit back and learn something, old man. You know what I'm saying? You old fart. Your mama should have swallowed you. That's what she should have did. Your mom should have swallowed you. Should have swallowed you, bro. Or wiped you off on her leg or wiped you from around her mouth since we being disrespectful because I can match energies, goofy. So back to what I was saying. Rolly's an overachiever. Don't be mad because Rolly's sitting up here getting interviewed by Mr. Versace. You know who Rolly is. He don't know you. You know who he is. Now you'll slap somebody's mama. You 51 years old, so you talking domestic violence. So now you hit women. Now, so you really an old fool. You got chased home as a kid, bro. You got chased home as a kid, and he talking about hitting women. Nah, you ain't trolling. Nah. Rolly, big Rolo the dog gonna get his just due over here, man. I don't dislike Rolly. That's how miserable most of y'all are that watch boxing. The man ain't never did nothing to you. You ain't gotta watch him. You telling the man he trash, but he a world champion. It's hard to tell him he trash coming off the biggest win of his career. Make it make sense. Rolly looking better now than he's ever been looking in his career. Trash is not the way to describe Rolly Romero. Limited, maybe, inexperienced in some ways. Maybe he didn't start boxing at 5, 6 years old like a lot of these guys, but he's an overachiever. You get what I'm saying? He fought on the big stages. He just won the biggest fight of his life, and now he's a world champion at 147 pounds in a position to fight Devin Haney in a unification. Gotta shut the hell up, man. Gotta shut the hell up, man. You know what I'm saying? So while you talking about how trash he is, he in position to make one of the biggest fights in his career. Shut that weak ass shit up. We don't do no hating on these young fighters, man. You're old, man. You're old, man. Go find yourself, man. Go play in traffic or something, man. You know what I mean? Go watch the stories or something. All My Children or some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Go watch Cops. You know what I mean? Go. Kurt, what's good? Shout out to my dog, Kurt. I ain't answering none of your questions, bro. This is my channel. I don't answer questions to goofies, man. I just wanted to treat you with the same energy you came over here with. I support boxing, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come over here and y'all expect to hear me shitting on boxing. You came to the wrong place, fool. I don't care about nothing you talking about. You came to the wrong place to try to shit on boxing, man. Rolly gonna get his just due, goofball. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with y'all. 51 years old, you supposed to be an OG. You supposed to be breathing life into the youth, but because you probably was a waste of a sperm cell, you get what I'm saying? You have nothing to offer to this space or this generation. You goofy ass man coming here talking like a YN. You dissing this generation, but you using the words from this generation. Make it make sense. You came here talking about glazing. I don't know nobody over 50 that talk like that. And I mean it. Glazing is for the kids, bro. Kids really made that shit up, like high schoolers, like people my daughter age. Teenagers, bro, run around here talking about you glazing. That ain't for no grown man, goofy. Act your age, dumbass. You hate the generation, but you speaking like them. Make it make sense. You influenced by, you came in, your first comment was glazing. Come on, man. Like I say, you have an identity crisis. You're an old fool. You live 51 years, but you don't act like it. You're an old fool, bro. An old ass fool. Swear you're an old fool. Old ass fool, bro. Old ass fool, man. Let's keep going, man.
Gotten to at this level of the sport. What do you think that's different about you on what you know and other guys don't know as far as selling a fight, marketing yourself?
You want to sell a fight? Don't talk about boxing. That's the number.
Nah, you ain't interrupt my show. I just had fun. Everybody in here know me. The fam know what's up. Cut, what's good with it? We got about 80 people in the building. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. Let's keep building. Words that use, but I never use them. Yeah, you understand them, but we act our age over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't run around trying to sound like a young YN. That man lost. I interrupted your show. So you 51 years old talking like a dude from high school, you little girl. Sound like a little girl. I interrupted your show. Old ass fool, bro. I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed. You 50 what? 50 what? Boy, 25, 20, 22 in here. Talk about he 51. Man, 22 years old, talk about glazing like a hoe. And he and y'all ain't he a woman beater. He talking about slapping people's moms, so he hit women. So you really ain't shit. You just an old waste of space. You know what we'd do to somebody like you where I'm from? We'll really have our way. We'll really Peter roll somebody like you. Really put hands and feet on somebody like you, bro. You're an old fool. You don't got nothing to teach, no game to the youth, and you hit women. Yeah, we'll have fun with you where I'm from. And I'm not playing. We'll really do something to you. Weird ass dude. Let's get back to the boxing. My bad, y'all.
Talk about boxing. The only way that you can sell fights by talking about, you see a push or a shove or people just, but really honestly talking about, oh, this guy's prediction, but nobody cares about this guy's prediction for this fight or that fight, man. Talk about other stuff. Create a brand. Talk about things. Talk about Pokemon cards or talk about.
Rolly said, talk about Pokemon cards. This man is a specimen.
Investments or ideologies or whatever goes on that isn't boxing. Because boxing only appeals to a boxing fan base. How do you grow the sport? You bring it to people that don't watch boxing, because people that watch boxing, they don't watch the sport. They watch the sport, but they don't support the sport. You understand what I mean? Yeah. The casuals, the people that don't know about boxing, they're the ones. They're the ones.
That's a fact. And that just to keep making my point with the goofy. People they watch the sport, but they don't support it. Case in point, you got people that are proud to go in chats and tell you how they about to steal a pay-per-view fight. Like, people think that's a flex. They think in 2026 flexing or saying like you flexing and saying, yo, I'm gonna steal a fight in 2026. I'm gonna still fight shit. But then you got an opinion about boxing, who's a star, who don't sell, and who do sell, but you ain't supporting it. So I agree with Rolly. People will watch boxing, but they don't really support it. They'll have an opinion on some shit, but they won't really support it. Because that's what this social media era created. A bunch of soft ass, misguided, fake ass tough guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep rolling, man. So I rock with Rolly, man. Let me find out Rolly cooking, man. Huh? Let me find out Rolly cooking, man. Keep talking that talk, Rolly.
I see this interesting interview from a intense perspective of a fighter, right? Mm. And they're like, I want to watch the next fight. I want to see what they're like. And then that's what brings in casuals. But as far as like talking about boxing, fans don't care about anything. Man, they care about, bro. If anything, those are the first people that hate you more than anything.
So you think there's more, no matter what you do, with some people you can't win?
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's either whether you win or lose, they watch.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, whether you win or lose. If you are a winner in their perspective, or they hate you or like you or whatever, as long as they watch, that's all that matters.
Now, I know you said last year you needed to get some time off to get yourself right, and you've been pretty open about mental health, and fighters should, if something's wrong, they should go seek help rather than bottle it in. I know Ryan's been very vocal about mental health and, getting help if needed. From the type of therapy that you may have went through, did it in any way help you as far as on the boxing side, or even just on being a person side?
I read the entire Bible in that time. And on top of that too, I did EMDR, so it did help me with my childhood trauma. It was the most difficult moment that I've ever went through in my life. I remember I woke up every day having panic attacks. I did about September. Every day having panic attacks. Every single day I couldn't eat. For 4 or 5 days I couldn't eat. I'd break down 4 or 5 times a day crying. I'd go and run in the shower and I just cry because I didn't want people to see my tears if I went outside. It was the hardest thing because I had to relive every traumatic event I've ever went through in my life. All the good I've done, all the bad that's happened to me, all the bad I've done, everything. I had to relive it. It was at the point where it's like I truly was going to end it all. and I heard Christ's voice, and he stayed with me. I heard his voice more clearly throughout that whole process. It comes down. It was January 11th.
Yeah, Cal.
That's when I truly gave my whole life and soul to him. I'll go into that in another interview. And he took out the thorn that was in my flesh, and I've been good ever since.
So after that
Shout
happened
out to Rolly, man. He been on his spiritual wave, man. I ain't mad. He's staying consistent about it. I mean, it seemed like it made him a more calm, more reserved person for what it's worth, right? And it seemed like it's having a positive effect on him. How much of an effect will it have, in terms of him being in the ring and what success he'll have? That remains to be seen. But I think so far so good. If it's anybody that made some changes, man, I like what Rolly doing, man. I like Rolly, man. I like him, man. I like Rolly, man, because he's just a young late bloomer, picked up the sport and making the most out of his opportunities. What's the dislike? Is he the best fighter in the world? No. Is he some Hall of Famer? No. But he an overachiever, a guy that picked up the sport and made the most out of his opportunities. The difference between me and a lot of you people, y'all want to hear the same negative talk all day, 24/7. You want to hear the same talking points, the same, yeah, he ain't shit. He ain't good. He trash. He ain't this. She ain't that. All right, man, get that weak ass shit out of here, man. At the end of the day, we talk about these guys. They don't talk about us. We know who they are, not the other way around. And I mean everything I said about Rolly. He's an overachiever. He's a dude that made the absolute most out of his opportunities. Yeah, he got a gift against Barroso. Is he the best fighter? But you got to think. You line up the average guy that started at 16, 17 years old, and you see where they make it at. You get what I'm saying? So for him to even be stretching it out this long is great for him. For him to even have beat a Ryan Garcia is great for him. And don't tell me how trash Ryan is. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't listen to fans that spew the same rhetoric, that old media shit, dissing boxing, trashing these dudes. Look, Rolly is a late bloomer. That'll knock your damn head off if he catch you. Simple and plain. You give he an awkward dude. Is he the worst guy to watch? No, I'll watch him any day of the week, man. He's an entertaining guy, and he gonna try. He brave. He got heart. I like Rolly. He'll crash out in there. You know what I'm saying? And he looking a little bit better, more polished and reserved with the new trainer, Salas. Shout out to KO. What's good with it, bro? Appreciate you sliding through, man. Y'all hit the like button. Everybody in the building. We got 80 people. Hit the like button. Y'all don't care what side you're on. Hit the like button. Yeah, they want to hear the same dumbass shit. Yeah, trash. Yeah, Rolly, you can't fight. But I'll be trying to think how people, how grown men think, right? I get that y'all people don't box, right? But I don't think I've ever heard a person say Rolly is trash, and that can beat him, right? The last person that said Rolly was trash got beat by him. Ryan Garcia got his ass handed to him, right? So is he trash? No, man. No, he ain't trash. Any old fighter ain't going to just beat a Rolly Romero. See, people ain't going to tell you that because it ain't a popular conversation. You are almost conditioned and taught to hate Rolly. He ain't did shit to you. I don't dislike the man. I could just not watch him if I ain't like him, right? I mean, he's a weird, awkward guy, but shit, we all could be weird and awkward, right? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I just look at it for what it is, man. A young man that's trying to figure it out, bro. He clearly at a disadvantage from an experience standpoint. Like, he didn't start boxing out the crib like a lot of these guys. But tell me, when it's all said and done, is Rolly going to be a guy with as trash as he is? You telling me 14 fights in with only let's say 35 amateur fights, 14 pro fights in, he fighted Gervonta Davis. You get what I'm saying? He done been in the ring with Ryan Garcia and beat him fair and square. And now you're telling me he in a position to fight Rolly? You got to salute that kind of shit. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo for even knocking him. You should salute him. The more trash you say he is, how do he keep finding himself in the fight with guys with names in the sport? Tank ain't trash. Ryan ain't trash. I don't want to hear it, even though he lost to Rolly. He ain't trash. Rolly was just better on the night. Simple and plain. And you telling me now he might fight Devin Haney next in May? So you Tank, Ryan, Rolly, Pitbull, the dude fighting the people. Like, you gotta respect him. Think about that. See, we think different. You said, for what, the more skill you tell me he lacked, is what reason should he be in the ring with any of these people, any of these guys? Why should he be in the ring with any of these dudes? So I ain't mad at Rolly Romero, man. Do your thing, Rolly. I'm here for it. Win, lose, or draw, he gonna get in the ring. How many people? And he a nice guy. He got knocked out on his feet by Pitbull Cruz. His marbles was rattled, and he still told all y'all out there, Happy Easter, man. Y'all ain't shit, man. Man, y'all don't deserve, boxing don't deserve Rolly Romero, man. Big Rolo, man. Big Rolo the Dawn, man. Y'all don't deserve Rolly, man. You know what I'm saying? Haters hating on my guy, Big Rolo, man. Rolo put it all on the line. You know what I'm saying? He had a damn a severe concussion. You know he was concussed, and he told all y'all Happy Easter, man. Y'all ain't shit, man. I'ma always rock with Rolly for telling me Happy Easter. I felt like he was talking to me at home. One more time for the people. Talk to us.
That you did take more punches than you thought you would. So what went wrong during this fight? It's okay.
Come on, Rolly. Look
I
at
want to tell everybody
having a tough time. He can cuss and everything,
coming out, and honestly,
take your time. It's all right, man. Talk to us.
Happy Easter,
Take a
everybody,
deep
you guys.
breath.
Jesus, like Jesus was resurrected.
Happy Easter, everybody.
I'll be back. I want to tell everybody Happy Easter and thank you for supporting me and following me. Thank you.
Big fights coming tonight at 7 until 11. Kurt was good with it. Man, everything went wrong. Shout out to Big Rolo the Dawn, man. That Rolly is autistic. Shit. Some of the dopest people in the world are autistic, man. Some of the dopest people in the world are autistic, man. I rock with Rolly though, man. He told me Happy Easter, and I was looking at the TV like, man, Happy Easter, Mr. Romero. You know what I'm saying? big watch Rolo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like Rolly though, man. All jokes aside, I like Rolly. I don't think he a bad kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he a bad dude.
It made you just see everything in life more clearly, with more open eyes.
Let's get back to this Big Rolo.
It changed my perspective on everything. You know, the way I grew up, and I'm not blaming this on my parents or anything.
Shout out to the homie Tony, man. He said, I'm happy from a fellow person with autism getting that foreign boxing, man. Shout out to you, Tony. Shout out to you, man. Salute to everybody out there with autism, man. Some of the dopest people you could meet would have autism. Just putting that out there just in case people
That stuff, but
so Rolly a pretty chill dude, man. We all had some socially awkward people that we knew. Rolly might be one of them.
I heard
And I
guys
rock
out
with
of
him. That's again, man. I'm gonna say this. I don't care about popularity or none of that weird ass shit. I have real conversations coming from a real place. I don't got no hate for none of these boxers that I watch. I keep telling y'all that. So when I talk, I'm a focus on shit that's good to talk about. I'm not getting up here sounding like some miserable ass older man, you know, covering the sport with an attitude, or you get what I'm saying, or having negative shit to say about people that's doing great with their careers. Rolly is doing, he's in a really good spot. I never thought I would be having this conversation in 2026, but we having it because it's legit. He's an overachiever, bro. I can't stress that enough. Look where he at. Look where he at. You know what I mean? He said with a title at 147 pounds in 2026. He got a piece to the puzzle. You know what I mean? You got guys like Ryan and Devin and Lewis Crocker as other champions. He right there in the mix. Gotta respect that joint. Gotta respect that. Gotta respect it. Got to. Yeah, you talk like a kid, bro. I doubt if you got kids. I know nobody can get you. I know ain't nobody.
When I was 21 years old.
I know ain't nobody.
On July 31st of 2017.
Ain't no way a lady laid
But
down
I didn't follow Christ then. I didn't follow God, and
shout out to Big Watch Rolo, man.
My arrogance and my pride then kept holding me back from being, because God doesn't always bless me. There's no way I'd be where I'm at today if he didn't. But my arrogance and my pride of me thinking I could do this on my own is what kept pulling me back and deeper, and I kept trying to do things I shouldn't have done. So it's complex, but truly, he did remove the thorn in my flesh.
So I guess in one sense, it showed to you that you're not by yourself or on your own in all this.
No.
You have someone behind you and at your side.
No. I would lie if I told you that everything I've done in my life, I did on my own.
Yeah,
Everything
Kurt,
I've tried to do on my own.
From one Kurt to another, bro. We got to breathe life into the sport, man. I will be fighting a good fight by myself, but I refuse to spend hours being mad at other people living their lives because these dudes boxing, whether they're good or bad at it. I'm going to cover the sport without giving myself a headache. And I think I sleep good at night knowing I gave people the proper respect. A lot of these people, like I said, they're internet bred, right? They're bred to talk a certain way with no accountability, right? Like I heard somebody, I ain't going to say who and what they was talking about, what fighter, but I heard somebody talking about how they had slapped this fighter in the face if they seen him and this and that. And I'm willing to bet my last dollar, everything I own, that if they ran into that person live, they wouldn't do that. Like that's why I aim to separate myself from you goofy, misguided, lost ass souls that get up on the internet and pretend to be something that you're not, that talk boxing. That's the weirdest shit that I've ever encountered, man. It took me a while to catch on that a lot of people are internet dudes. They socially awkward. They don't come out. They don't go to fights. And they just sit from a safe space and talk crazy amongst the internet with no accountability. I talk the same way I would if these dudes was in my face. And I'll stand on everything that I put on wax and I say over these airwaves. I would say it to these dudes. I'm not sitting up talking crazy about people all day. That's some soft ass shit. No real man carries it like that, going through life talking crazy about everybody doing better than you. Dudes is multi-millionaires in the top of their sports, and we up on the internet talking about how we'll slap somebody that'll beat piss and shit down your leg. It's ridiculous, bro. I refuse to fit in with the crowd of goofy ass grown men that run around here just talking shit with no accountability. And the minute you run into them, it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, man. Start support boxing. Like Rolly said, man, people watch boxing, but they don't really support it. And I'm learning that more and more every single day. All y'all do is sit up, chat to chat, talking crazy. They need to come out with a league for everybody that's on the internet talking crazy to come out and fight. Guarantee you, y'all asses will never step in the ring and fight. So I know you dudes don't got no hands. Y'all soft. That's why y'all at 50, look at Goofy, still talking Goofy. 50-some years old, and he ain't offered nothing positive, nothing real to the chat yet. He just an old wasted sperm. I told you his mother should have swallowed him. Goofy ass man, talking crazy. Guarantee you, if you seen Rolly in your face to face, you wouldn't even fix your mouth to say the shit you typing right now. That man to knock your head smooth off your shoulders. That's how I give it up. Y'all talk as if y'all can beat the fighters that you're talking about. You can't. Dudes probably can't even run a fucking mile, but you talking about who trash. Your cardio trash. I know your hands trash. Everything about you is trash. The way you cover boxing and think about it is trash. Brody trash, man. Nah, he made the most out of his shit, man. I respect it. As a man, I respect it. But as an old ass fart, you should be breathing life into the youth, you dumbass, instead of trying to tear it down. Misguided ass old soul. I don't know how you made it to 51 years old being dumb like that. Goofy ass old man. Sick, goofy, man. Live your life you need to be living life a lot different than what you living. Talking crazy in the chat ain't gonna get it. Because one thing I know for sure, two things for certain, man. If you ever ran into me, the last thing you'll say is I'm scary. You probably wouldn't even be able to get that shit out your mouth and you'll be swallowing your teeth. Shout out to Kurt, man. What's good with it? Appreciate the love, man. Great take, great concept, great content. You lifted me up all the time, bro. That's how I got to do it, man. You got to build boxing up. It ain't the popular way, but it's my way. And I'm going to keep doing it this way. Y'all come here. I'm going to keep saying it. Every single day till I feel like everybody get it. If you come in here to hear fighters get shitted on, you came to the wrong place. I'm telling you, you lost. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make sure I say this every single day, multiple times to stream. If you came here to hear all this shit that's wrong with boxing and how this guy is trash and this person can't fight and this person ain't shit, and you came to the wrong place. You're never going to get that from me. You're never going to get that from me. Never. Vergil swimming in a pond, eating pieces of bread, floating in the water. You stupid. Shout out to Ill Will. His old ass talking about checkmate. You don't know shit about chess, goofy. You came in here talking about glazing. You lost on the minute you said something about glazing. You dumb fool. You disqualified, man. He disqualified. Man. But let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. Let's keep building. Let's keep giving Rolly his justice. We got about 10 or 11 more minutes of this. Give Rolly his flowers, man.
All the money I try to make on my own, I couldn't. I can't even tell you where it is.
Crush, my dog. What's good with it, bro?
You know, me, everything, relationships. I tried to fix them out. I couldn't. Anything I could say. Boxing is a great example. Man, I could go on for days talking about where I was spiritually and everything that happened to me in my career. And I know for a fact that I could not do it alone. So I'm blessed.
Shout out to Rolly. Look, and real talk, I question the average man that just jumps in a chat with negativity towards the youth, right? Like this is why the youth be misguided, because the people that are supposed to be the OGs, y'all some dumbass idiots, some old fools, like wasted space ass dudes. You get what I'm saying? Instead of trying to understand the youth, you would rather shit on them and tear them down for not being like you. You get what I'm saying? Old ass goofy, can't get no game. 50 plus, bro. If you live to make it to be 50, bro, you supposed to be dropping jewels and breathing life into the young people, bro. Paying it forward. You get what I'm saying? Not sitting up here, I'm 51. I don't give a damn how old you is if you don't act your age, man. You get what I'm saying? I really despise grown men that don't know how to build with the youth. I really don't like y'all. I don't like you dudes, misguided asses. You a shit on the youth and then use they lingo. You out here sounding like one of the YNs talking about how they all soft. Stupid ass misguided fool.
He's been waiting for me to turn to him for a very long time, but I kept hardening my heart.
I don't care what side you're on. Double tap the screen.
Because I'm arrogant.
But you feel like at this point you've sort of got things straight, or is it still like a learning process?
No, I got things straight. I love Christ with all my heart.
And the man up here really talking with some sense. This entire interview, he ain't said a lot of crazy, weird stuff. He been pretty mature. Like if it's ever a time to shit on Rolly, it ain't in today's boxing. The man talking with sense. The man wasn't trying to promote fights publicly. That wasn't going to happen, but he was behind the scenes pushing for it. The truth be told, he doing what he's supposed to be doing. But instead of seeing it, we going to reduce him to where he's limited as a boxer and then hold it against him. It's not his fault he picked up the sport late as hell. That's when he picked it up. He was doing judo and other shit, picked up the sport, found a way, got signed with Mayweather, man, made the most out of that shit. Say what you want. Yeah, he got a gift with Barroso, but shit, the rest of that shit was him. That was the only gift, I think. He got saved with Barroso was on his ass. But other than that, I mean, look, he did what he did. Tank knocked him out. He beat Ryan. Ryan was supposed to stop him, knock him out brutally. He went out there and beat him. Now he in a position to try to upset a Devin Haney. You get what I'm saying? How could I be mad at that? How could you knock that? How could you wake up and be like, yeah, man, he trash ass Rolly. Hey, man, making the most out of his opportunities. And as a man, I could level with that because I respect it. You are who you are. Your skill set is your skill set. You blessed with what you blessed with. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, yeah, man. I don't care where you at. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, y'all. Rolly, when he started boxing, Stacy, he was like 16, 17, one of them. 16, 17. I think the same thing with Regis, another guy that is a late bloomer, but two-time world champion, successful career, but people will tell you how trash he is now. I don't look at boxing that way. I look at it realistically. This shit ain't easy. Picked up boxing that late and made it to be a two-time world champion, been in the ring with some of the best names in the sport. Gotta respect it. And that's what Rolly is doing for himself. So yeah, he didn't beat them all, but he won a really big fight. Ryan, you can't never take that win from him. Can't never take it from him. Yeah, Tank rattled his brain. Yeah, Pitbull Cruz had him saying happy Easter to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But he double checked Ryan shit and beat him. You know what I'm saying? And look, some people are saying Rolly catch Devin. It could get interesting if they fight May 30th, right? As they report. So shout out to Rolly. Keep doing what you're doing, man. If he found God, it sounds like he more at peace, seemed like he happy with where his career is at. How could I be mad at that? How could I be mad at Rolly living life? That's why I approach boxing differently than y'all. Y'all look at it and y'all got all y'all criticism. I look at people as humans, bro. This young man is doing it the right way. It's a lot of other shit he could be doing, but he not. He boxing and he making the most out of his opportunities. Ain't that all any man could do in life? Make the most out of the opportunities that's presented or that you work for, right? Make the most out of your opportunities, bro. I ain't knocking no man like that. And the more people tell me what skills he lacked, and you know, how late he started and how he lacking experience, the more respect I'll have for him, because some will say with 35 amateur fights and just 14 pro fights, you should have never been in the ring with no Gervonta Davis, but he did this shit. But he went and did the shit. He went and did it, right? 35 amateur fights, 14 pro fights later, or 15, whatever it was, you in there with a Tank Davis, but he doing it, one of the most dangerous fighters in the game, but he did it. He ain't bitch about it. He actually went out there and tried to fight him, tried to win. That's what I respect. I look at shit totally different than y'all. I don't give a fuck about the win or the loss. I care about the effort and how you move as a man. That dude went out there. You can't tell me he wasn't trying to beat Tank. He just didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Just not the better fighter, but he tried. He tried to beat Ryan, and he did. You get me? He tried with Pitbull. He ain't have it that night. You get me? But more time, no run-of-the-mill fighter, I don't think is just running up and beating Rolly. Get what I'm saying? I think that's saying something. So, yeah, he might not be the most elite level guy ever, and I'll never sit here and try to tell you that, but trash is not the way to describe him. Overachiever is the word that come to mind, right? Like I said, late starter and shit like that. You just got to be able to respect where he was able to finesse this situation to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I rock with it, man. Shout out to C, man. Stacy was good. Tank, man, Tank will be all right, man. Tank just probably needs some time to collect his thoughts, get that legal situation squared away. I feel like Tank could be back. You know what I mean? He just got to move smarter and more carefully. You know what I mean? Make better decisions moving forward so he could avoid any unnecessary legal battles and get back to boxing where we love to see him at. ETB, my dog, was good with it. Got a lot of respect for Rolly, especially after hearing his interviews lately. Why you think I'm in here covering it? Much blessing to that young man. Why you think I'm in here covering it, bro? It's only a 30-minute joint, but I wanted to give Rolly his just due. I don't try to go popular. I just go with what's real. I like that. I like this shift and the change in Rolly. You could see it. Made some changes. Not only it seemed like in his personal life, but in his boxing career, and it's helping him out. I'm not knocking no man for trying to get it, bro. Like, he shouldn't even be here right now. Bro is a champion in 2026. Talking about fighting Devin in May. You get me? How could you knock that? He's so trash, but Devin Haney is one of the most accomplished young pure boxers in the game, and he in position to fight him right now. Right now. He in position to do that. So much for being trash, bro. Hey, man. If being trash got me a fucking Tank Davis fight, you get me? Got me a Ryan Garcia win, and opportunity at Devin and Dream Haney, I'm going to keep being trash. Because there ain't going to be a lot of guys when they hang up them gloves that's going to be able to say they fought them three. From Devin to Tank, you get what I'm saying, to Ryan. It's not going to be a lot of guys that can say, yo, I fought all three of them, and I beat one of them. You get what I'm saying? It's not going to be a lot. So say what you want. I just try to give y'all a different perspective instead of that same old Rolly trash, man. He ain't shit, man. He going to get knocked out. And blah, blah, blah. We was talking that shit with that Ryan fight. He went out there and put it on Ryan, didn't he? Got to put some respect on Rolly name, man. You know what I mean? I know the old man was on his helmet. I know. I know the old man was on his ass.
His love is uncomparable to anything in this world.
About to rock out.
And I've been lucky and blessed. That was one of the few that I got to hear his audible voice. And not once, but multiple times throughout my life.
Now that you're becoming like closer to your faith, how does
7
it
is good.
translate, if it does in any way, in terms of your professional career? Does it conflict in any way, or does it go
Another
hand
thing
in
too,
hand?
man, why I assess boxers and I call the sport the way I do. I don't know. I know I don't box professionally or on the amateur level, but it's something about me as a man that it just won't allow me to sit up and talk crazy about people that can do some shit at a level that I can't do it at. You understand what I'm saying? Most people, that's the first thing they'll say. If I tell them, the person you calling trash will whoop your ass, they'll say, well, I don't box. Well, why do you talk like you one of them? You get what I'm saying? So I talk from a place that I know this shit is hard to do, bro. I know it's hard to perform under the lights, to have a whole successful amateur level without nothing, amateur career without nothing going wrong, transition into a pro, having a great team around you, getting to that world-class level, and then maintaining it for years in a row. The average layman and the average boxing fan, the average critic has no idea what it takes to even remotely be good in boxing. And I don't give a damn about people talking trash or what level these guys are on, because I don't trust people's eyesight. I don't trust what people see. You get what I'm saying? They'll call anybody trash right now. You'll not like a guy, that mean he trash. So again, man, I think people need to take a second look at Rolly, a deep dive, and really look at how many people pick up the sport that late and had the success that he's been able to have. Like he said, he got just under 20 fights. You got to tip your hat to that. You got to say, damn, this dude picked up boxing how late? And, he trained the wrong way on purpose with Bullet, seemed like, right? Get what I'm saying? Then you over there on Mayweather Promotions. Like, just think about it. He got signed over there. Like, I don't know. He got some opportunities, but he made the most of them, bro. You got to rock with that. Yeah, he was under pressure and showed out. He shined too. Broly has one, and there's nothing you can say. And he made it, bro. He could hang it up right now. He could lose his next fight, and he had a successful career. He don't got to win another fight, and he had a successful career. People don't get that. So I know a lot of these miserable people ain't used to what success look like, but Rolly is a success story. I think he's gonna have a hell of a story to tell his kid or somebody when he retired, bro. Like how late he picked up the sport and how much better these guys was than him. Like, think about it. That man was in there with Tank with less than 15 fights and only 35 amateur fights, man. In there trying to go for it too. Gotta respect that shit. I ain't win, but I fought his ass, So it is what it is, man. I respect anybody that's gonna go out there and fight. And Rolly is, if he don't do nothing else, he's gonna go out there and fight.
Well, obviously, boxing's a trash talking game, right? And they're like, oh, well, then you're not gonna trash talk on. Man, Paul done trash talked these guys with the New Testament, for the whole entire New Testament. You don't need a trash talk. You just need to say the facts, the truth. The truth hurts people. But me, I could trash talk by being arrogant or witty or in English or Spanish or with a Bible or without saying a single word. I could trash talk anyone. It's so easy. It's all child's play.
Now, in terms of your career, did there come a point, like I know you said your family was heavily invested in your career. Did there come a point where even your family had said, you got it. This is not just thinking you're going to go all the way. We think you're going all the way.
Oh, well, let's start off first with the times that they all told me to quit. My dad told me I should quit boxing. I don't even know how many times, right? And my sister said I sucked. My mom was completely disinterested in my career. My uncle said I sucked. All my friends, everyone I went to school with me, they said I wasn't. I remember I was like in high school, and I'm like, man, I'll get signed to Florida one day. I'm gonna be world champion, all that stuff, right? And they all tell you that. You see me shadowboxing in the hallways. They didn't believe in me, right? The only one that truly believed in me, honestly, was my father, and he told me I should quit 1,000,000 times. The only one that truly believed in me,
that's crazy,
was me. And
crazy. It's crazy. You got people telling you to quit. More of a reason to respect it, man. Like you got people almost trying to confirm your doubt that you might have if you should be doing this. And he stuck with it, man. Shit, if he manifested that, getting signed to Floyd and being a world champion, you got to be able to respect that. I know a lot of these people say that, but these stories, these backstories be having a lot of truth to them, man. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I mean, he here now. So it's the Rolly era. They mad. Big Rolo.
I did
crazy, man. They be expecting.
Did you ever change their minds on it from what they said before?
Oh, I mean, dude, everyone's like, "Oh, Rolly, man, we always knew you were gonna do this and all that, stuff." But I don't care, It's like the thing is, you see me as like I'm crazy, right? They think, but the thing is, the amount of foresight that I've been given in my life, where I can see things into the future.
Talk to him, Rolo.
And I know.
I'm standing on your square.
I think an odd subject to ask you about, but it's been all over social media and interviews, is Claressa Shields. And I don't know where this came from, how it started, why she's calling you out of all people. Where exactly did this come from? Because it feels like it came out of left field. You got the women's heavyweight champion calling for you.
I met Claressa Shields October 26th of 2015. I remember I had just lost. I shut both his dudes' eyes in Memphis, Tennessee, and they're doing the Olympic trials for women right there.
Yeah.
And I yelled at the ref, and they gave the decision to the dude, even though he couldn't fight the next day. Both of his eyes were shut. It was a complete one-sided fight, to the point where he even said I won, and they didn't want to overturn the decision. He's like, well, I can't even fight the next day, and they're like, just give him the fight, and they didn't want to. I remember I wake up late, and I missed the shuttle, because I went to go to venue, and I missed the shuttle, right? And a guy comes up to me, he's like, "Oh, are you heading to venue?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, we got a car," and I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, we'll give you a ride." I'm like, "Okay." Again, the car, Claressa Shields goes in the car. It was her boyfriend at the time, and he's like. And she's like, "Why you putting these bums in the car and all that stuff and all?" And I'm just like, "Huh?" I'm like, bro, and she was already Olympic gold medalist in 2012 at the time, and I just sit there and I'm just like, this is weird, right? And I'm like, I'm on the window seat, the boyfriend's in the middle seat, right? And I'm like talking to him. He's like, "Where you from?" "I'm from Vegas," all that stuff, right? I'm like, one day I'm gonna get signed. Then I'm gonna get signed to Floyd. He's in Vegas. I'm gonna be champion one day. And she keeps calling me and saying, "I'm gonna be a bum. I'm a bum. I wasn't gonna do anything." I get whatever. I felt weird. I got out the car and I'm like, that was crazy. That was insane. I was like, I could not. I didn't understand why. It comes up. I see her again on January 19th of 2019. At a boxing fight. It was 2 days before Pacquiao broke her. And she comes up to me and she introduces her. "Oh, I'm Claressa. You're Rolly. I heard a lot about you and all that stuff." And I was like, "Claressa, we met before." She's like, "Really? Where?" I'm like, "In Memphis. October 26th of 2015. You gave me a ride." And her heart dropped. She walked away.
See, this is the thing. I get it. Not everybody is supposed to take time to understand your entry into the sport, but I think at least as fans, I don't expect the other fighters to know everything, but at least as fans, do your homework and understand where a person came from before you label them. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been conditioned to go at this dude for nothing, but his name keep being in conversations with other good fighters. So, man, he doing something right. Even if it's just taking advantage of the opportunities being given, he doing something right. You know what I mean? He's staying the course. Gotta appreciate it, man. I mean, a dude that by all standards is always at a disadvantage because he's just not that talented, right? He's so trash. His IQ is so garbage and all of this stuff. That shit don't stop him from getting in the ring fighting somebody that's arguably a lot better than him. Think about the experience that Devin Haney when Devin Haney started boxing, right? The championship experience, fights, all that stuff, and then think about Rolly. Look at the deficit or the gap in skill that they'll lead you to believe is the difference between them two. But yeah, and still, what difference do it make if I find myself in the same rooms or in the same room My bad, job. My bad, man. My bad. Oh, man. I don't know why my internet just had disconnected for a second, so I had to wait for it to load back up. But we back, man. So let's finish wrapping up. Damn, man, we was at the end. Man, that kind of just blew minds a little bit, y'all. Kind of just blew minds. But we back, though. We back. That was at the end anyway, man. That was the tail end of Rolly, pretty much saying what's next for him. And you heard Bill Haney confirm earlier. He said it's May. They both saying May. So I'm looking forward to seeing the fight, man. Make the fight, and I'm just trying to see what's next. So if Rolly is and Devin is next, fight. May the best man win. Hey, had you cursed your phone out? Yeah, my bad. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try to find out why occasionally, because that been happening more often, and I don't like it. It's just I don't know why it'll just pop out, and then got to reboot and all that stuff. So I appreciate y'all staying in there. Shout out to the real ones that rocked out and ain't leave your boy. We was toward the end anyway. We hit the 3-hour mark, but this is the last thing I'll bring up before we slide out of here, man. Y'all know I wanted to briefly bring it up, man. We going live tomorrow. We might go live both Saturday, Sunday. We gonna be here, but something I wanted to talk about briefly, just for a couple of minutes. We all seen the performance that Keshon had against Jaron Ortiz. He came back like he ain't miss a beat. Right back where he left off at. Gaming with Eric Black. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? It's all good. Shout out to my guy Kurt, man. He said, Rolly said, my craft is what I love in boxing. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the support. Shout out to my dog, Kurt.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Appreciate y'all. And look, we seen this performance in January 31st. Since then, there's been some speculation about who he gonna fight next. You seen him go back and forth with Devin Haney, call out Pitbull. You know what I mean? He been going back and forth with this other fighter, Mr. Showtime. I forgot his name, Alex De Jesus or something like that. One of these young chatterboxes. We're going to cover that video tomorrow, though. But, it's been some talk about it where he's coming back at. Is he staying at 140? Is he staying at 147? He did a real little short clip, and this is what he had to say about his next move.
Every name in the book, Lewis Crocker, Haney, Pitbull,
yeah,
all of them, man. Any response? Any response to the DMs? Anything?
Yeah, I definitely got a response, and I definitely got a date too. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all that right now, and I'm definitely coming back sooner than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all see me doing a little politic in the gym right now. It's politic, but I'm staying sharp for real. You know what I mean? So don't get that up, chat. Staying sharp. Got something coming up.
So can you give us a hint? Is who?
I mean, I might be fighting you. Keep asking me all these questions.
I'm doing my job. I guess you'd be doing your job,
I'm doing
right?
my job right now, too.
You'd be doing your job, right? Is it, can you tell us, are you moving up or are you staying at 140?
I think I'm moving up.
Really, 147, huh?
Yep.
For a championship?
Yep. What'd you
So I take it with a bit of a grain of salt. Yeah, maybe he could be going up to 47. That's what he said. For the championship, it's going to be tricky because who they going to give him a title first fight at 47? I don't know if they'll do that, but it'll be interesting to see him go up there because the sooner the better. They've been talking about the Devin fight. People feel like it's too soon. I would love to see that matchup because I know it ain't going to look how a lot of people think it would, like all that too soon shit. I think people will walk away from that feeling a lot differently about it, and I don't think they'll be feeling like it's too soon after that fight is over. I really do. That's just my opinion, but we got to see. But I thought it was, it caught my attention with him saying that, he's moving to 47. So that'd be crazy because he just got to 40. So if he going to 47 again that quick, that'd be wild. Shout out to Son of God. My dog was good with it. But I think the sky's the limit for him. I think Keshon could operate either 40 or 47 to be real. I don't see him going back down to 35 at all. Think wherever he go, he going to be fine. I think he's going to be one of the top guys there. I think that's what kind of talent he is. And I think it's just a matter of time before that's proven. He just got to stay focused, locked in, fully focused. Keshon Davis is going to be dangerous, hard to beat, and tough to handle, period. He really one of them guys. You probably see if you fast forward it, Cal. I don't know if you all the way up to speed. You might be behind a little bit, but I hope it's not glitching. But we'll see. Wherever he go, it's gonna be exciting, man. His fights at 40, that'll be fun for Richardson Hitchens. I mean, for Keshon Davis. His fights at 47. Him and Hitchens, they was talking about it, but the money that they was looking for, they wasn't unable to get on either side. You know what I'm saying? Guys was asking for money, and they wasn't paying the money they was looking for. So that fight never really was gonna happen. I mean, it had the potential, but not when it came down to how much they was looking for. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to get the money they was looking for, so that ain't happen. You know what I'm saying? Fights like that, when you taking them big risks, dude's gonna look to secure the most money possible, or they ain't gonna want to do it. And that's the same with their Hitchens. I don't know what he gonna do. I'm hearing he might sign the Zufa. I thought he should have stuck with Eddie Hearn, but we'll see. Frank had a tough out against Nair Albright. I thought Nair beat him. I thought Albright beat him, but I want to see Frank against Hitchens. I want to see Frank against anybody, all these guys, because he ain't lost, it's a draw, but I think he get beat by some of these 40-pounders, man. I think Hitchens will beat him. I think Keshon will beat Frank Martin. I think Shakur will beat Frank Martin. It's a lot of these guys I think could beat him, but it's a lot of dudes that he gives good fights and or beats too. So I like Frank, but that Albright fight showed me some things with him, and yeah, he gonna have a tough time in there with some of these other guys. Like, hey, you remember him and Keshon was going back and forth. I think Keshon will dust him off. I ain't gonna lie. I always thought that though. And what people ain't gonna take into account is the pedigree. The same shit that they clown Keshon about, winning a silver medal and getting beat by Andy Cruz 4 times. That pedigree, that experience that he gained is priceless. It's valuable, man. And they seen almost every style. That's why when they get in there, they're able to handle what's in front of them the way they are, and the way they control fights makes them really hard to beat. So Keshon got some interesting fights at 40 or 47, but he said he going up to 47. Let's see it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the Keshon Davis at 47. And dig this. Look what Richard Torres had to say about
Keshon punches like a heavyweight, man.
Keshon is so fun to be around, and dude is a riot. I've been looking at him online. I saw him whoop on Blueface the other day.
Crazy,
sparring. Right? Yeah, man. You sparred with Keshon, didn't you? Have you
been with Keshon? Hey, I'll tell you what, I go hard on Keshon, man, because Keshon goes hard. Keshon's knows, like, everyone's like, oh, Richard, why do you go hard on a lot of weight classes? Keshon punches like a heavyweight, man. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie to, and you can tell anybody, like, there's people will say don't spar with Richard because Richard's not gonna go easy on you, and it's because of guys like Keshon, guys like Shushu, guys like Khalil Cole, guys like all these other guys that when we were sparring the amateurs, we're cracking. You know what I mean? And so it's like I'm gonna crack back. Just because I'm a heavyweight doesn't mean nothing. Like you're a world champion level. You're a world champ. We're sparring, man. You know.
That's crazy. Richard Torres out there talking about keep punch like a heavyweight. It's just refreshing when you hear the shit that fighters got to say about the young man. So again, it's not about if he punches like a heavyweight. To me, he punched hard enough. He a hell of a fighter, man. You just got to stay locked in and stay disciplined. Stay focused on your craft. Keep the main thing, and the rest gonna take care of itself. But I like the rebranding of the name, The Amazing Keshon. I like what he's doing with DB3. They all focus. You leading the charge, man. You made some changes to your team. Now continue to build. And it started with Jermaine Ortiz. Now you continue to build off that win, whether it's at 40 or 47. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. But that's my time for today, man. We just gave boxing its just due. No Vergil, no Boots this in 2026 is terrible news. Is nasty work. Vergil called Boots a duck. He even put the duck song in it. I don't think neither guy's a duck, though. I think just Golden Boy and Team Ortiz, they had their ducks in a row, no pun intended, and it killed the fight. I think Oscar dragging his feet and playing games on the internet kind of killed the fight. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to wait to see when they're going to resolve their legal issues and if Ortiz going to end up shelf. And when Boots move on, who is he moving on to? Because, you know, that was the biggest fight, I think, to be made for him. I mean, but biggest fight, Tank and Shakur, potentially still one of the biggest fights. And look, that's a 50-50 fight. If you tell me you got Tank, I ain't arguing with you. I think either guy can win the fight. I think, you to beat Shakur, you're going to have your best performance that you've had in your career. Is Tank possible of doing that? Yeah, he is. But if I had to take a pick, man, I say Shakur smarts, I think, is what gets him to win. If I had to just take a quick pick, I say the smarts. But Tank got the smarts too. So it's your pick. Two of the baddest southpaws in the game. You got one that could put your lights out and one that could box your head the hell off and kill your confidence while you're doing it. You got another guy that'll cut your cable off. You know what I'm saying? Your electricity out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's a pick 'em fight. That's a fight where you got to be fully focused and both guys got to be on their A game. If Shakur not fully focusing on his A game, Tank could beat him. And the same thing with Tank. You get what I'm saying? That's a real fight. It's always going to be one of the biggest fights. And I think if Tank comes back at 140 against Pitbull, the conversation about him and Shakur going to open back up again. We're going to talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Corey said his weight classes are going to be 35 and 140. That's what he want to fight at. So I feel like anybody in either one of them weight classes should be on the table for him if the availability makes sense, right? If they're available, I want to see the fights. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it. I'm glad that the conversation around Tank, like I said before, is shifting back to boxing, and we get to see him do what he need to do. You know what I'm saying? Can Bang, I think he can get Shakur. Hey, look, Keshon is one of them guys, man. Him and Shakur got some similarities in terms of how their careers is moved, how they came up, not fighting, losing opponents. Opponents were losing records, winning world title by like 13 fight, shit like that. Look, Keshon is a good out for anybody. You know what I mean? I know we're not going to see that fight. I ain't tripping on nobody saying Keshon could beat him, but I'll just say this. One of the main reasons why I got confidence in Shakur is because I know that he barely lose rounds like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you banking on knocking him out, you're gonna have a tough night. You know what I'm saying? So anybody can be slapped, caught with a punch. But if that's what your game plan is, if that's what you focusing on to win, that punch might not never present itself, and you might be chasing that shit all night, and he'll beat you. And Tank Davis is a guy that you can't be timid against. You can't be half-assed. You can't be injured. You can't be, sick. You know what I mean? Not performing. You got to be on your A game, man, because all it takes is the wrong move, and that dude could turn your cable off. You know what I'm saying? Turn your electricity right off. You know what I'm saying? And end it. And he can box well enough with any of these guys for the most part where, the question comes at some point. He can box with you. But can you fight with him? When he turns into a fight, can you keep up? And that's where a lot of people end up getting drowned. They end up making that mistake. And Tank is a predator at making you pay for it. You know what I'm saying? One of the most accurate fighters in the game for a reason. Shout out to everybody. That's my time on this Good Friday. Not going to keep you out here too much longer. I appreciate all the support. Everybody that rocked out to the end of the show. Hit the like button, sub to the channel, hype the live, share the lives. Let's keep building. We're going to be back tomorrow to build on this boxing. Now make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this Friday, and we're going to be right back at it. Big shout out to the Queen Lisa and my guy Judah. Appreciate the support. Judah is on the way. And shout out to Lisa, man. The rest of the gang, I appreciate y'all, and I see everybody tomorrow. As always, Zoom Burst, my brother. Appreciate you. I don't know, shit. Thought he left Golden Boy. Nah, he ain't leave Golden Boy. He kind of just lost, you know what I mean, in court. So he kind of lost in court to Golden Boy. So he gonna be in that contract. He ain't going nowhere. Cal, my dog. Appreciate you. Gaming with Eric was good with it. Appreciate you. See all of y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur.
Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.